administration into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our beloved nation. I urge all our citizens to remain calm and avoid actions that could harm our institutions and our democracy. We have fought hard for change, and now is the time to demonstrate our commitment to rebuilding the Ghana we want through unity and understanding. Because state power is still in the hands of the present administration, I call on the President and the security agencies to curb the ongoing acts of lawlessness immediately. I thank you, my fellow citizens, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
The President inaugurates transition team today. Petroleum Commission chases Kevin Ochi and Springfield.
Now, the Ghana Police Service has effected some arrests regarding the looting and violence across the country. Now, the police service has also been assuring the public of measures they have put in place to curb the violence.
Police suspects brings to 97 the total number of suspects so far arrested in connection with attacks, looting, and destruction of property. All the suspects are currently in police custody and assisting the investigation. We wish to assure the public that the police and the other security agencies are working together to ensure peace and security within all our communities.
Come on, guys. CBG resumes foreign currency.
Now, the Electoral Commission has directed political parties to withdraw their agents from the various coalition centers. Now, this was announced at a press briefing by the Electoral Commission here at Accra. Samuel Akom of the Channel 1 newsroom has more.
Speaking at the press briefing, Samuel Tete, Deputy Electoral Commissioner in charge of operations, announced a suspension of the coalition processes.
These supporters of the political parties are ordering our staff under duress to declare results that are not reflected on the pin sheets.
Blame games hit.
Our staff have indicated that despite the security presence, they feel extremely unsafe. The Commission is desirous of upholding the law that governs its operations. And it is for that reason that
it says GM pledges inclusive governance. Speaker congratulates Bahama.
Right. If you go to the informal newspaper, World commends Baumia for displaying political maturity and love for peace. Tighten belts, Mahama admonishes Ghanaians. Blame Oforiatta for MPP defeat party members, and Peace Council condemns post-election violence.
The Ghanaian publisher has Gabi on the front page, says why NPP must defeat the blame game. Police investigate attack at S-less residents, stop rampaging NDC supporters by Omiati Mahama.
Okay, now let me take you online channel 1news.com. Frema Opare heads government transition team. Hard work strategy behind landslide victory. Bawa Mokhtari is speaking here. And she's also calling on Jean Mensah. She says she should have resigned by now. It is finished for her. Hey. Yeah. 9 arrested over burning of Ayensiano EC office. Take decisive action against rampaging thugs. Mahama tells government security agencies. Police declare 3 wanted over Tepa warehouse attack. My victory was divine. This is John Mahama coming a bit earlier. Mahama names Julius Deborah, Siedun Ketia, and 8 others to transition team. EC has no right to suspend declared constituency results. This is Sam George. If you go to citynewsroom.com, Catholic bishops condemn post-election violence, call for national unity. WAEC awaits 180 million Ghana cedi from Education Ministry for post-WASI activities. NDC's Haruna Appel Riadu wins Fantiakwa North seat. Soldiers are on duty, have the right to defend themselves with lethal force. This is the Ghana Armed Forces speaking. Act now to curb rising lawlessness. Mahama to Akufo-Addo. To my joy online quickly. Violence has no place in democracy. Catholic bishops call for calm after election. Unrest 8 arrested for attacking Metro Mass Transit workshop in Sunyane, which you read earlier. We are disappointed with police's lackadaisical handling of unfolding lawlessness. This is the NPP. Increased sports funding. SWAG urges President-elect Mahama, and Mahama calls on the chair to help him meet Ghanaians' expectations. Star FM quickly, and this one says election hub, leave coalition centers, NDC to supporters. This is an older one. If I take you to Class FM quickly, this one says today is World Human Rights Day. MPP calls for halt in transition process over undeclared constituencies. 3 dead in violent fertilizer dispute between NPP and NDC supporters in Akumadan. Again, this is early. BBC, I hope Assad pays the price, says mother whose son's death inflamed 2011 Syrian revolution. South Korea police raid president's office over martial law attempt. If you go to allafrica.com, Uganda begins military trial of opposition politician Basiji. And yeah, we can get into the details of the papers now, gentlemen.
Okay, let me take you to page 13 of the Daily Graphic. Mahama appeals for calm, condemns attacks on public property. The president-elect, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, has appealed for calm and restraint following reports of violence and lawlessness in certain parts of the country. In a live broadcast last night, Mr. Mahama condemned the reported attacks on public facilities and installations and urged citizens to remain calm and avoid actions that could harm Ghana's institutions and democracy. Now, the Ghana Armed Forces have also issued a warning, and they have raised concerns over recent attempts by the public to disarm military personnel deployed on authorized duty to support the Ghana Police Service in maintaining law and order nationwide. The statement says that it wishes to caution all and sundry that military personnel on authorized duty have the right to defend themselves against innocent civilians and property, including the use of lethal force if necessary to preserve life. Also on the same page 13 of the paper, Jinapo Orbin declared winners by EC. The never-ending commotion that rocked some coalition centers in the aftermath of the December 7 elections left a disgruntled Michael Kwe Jr. vowing to seek redress in court after his request for recollation of the Dom Kwabenya parliamentary results was challenged by his opponent Elik Blim Akurugu of the NDC. In the Blekuma North constituency, a similar drama was at play when a QRFA of the NPP and NDC's Arab Nobin were locked up in a heated debate over pink sheets at the Greater Accra Regional Coalition Center yesterday. When it became clear that there was no end in sight to the deafening deadlock, the EC's returning officer unceremoniously declared Arabna Orbin the winner without any figures to back the decision. However, the NPP candidate protested vehemently against the decision, vowing to pursue the matter to its logical conclusion.
Now, Catholic bishops are condemning post-election violence. They are calling for national unity. They say violence have no place in a democracy. Story on citynewsroom.com. Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference has expressed grave concern over the violence and unrest that have erupted following the 2024 general elections. In a strongly worded statement, the bishops condemned the acts of violence, rioting and looting that have disrupted peace in various parts of the country, leading to the loss of lives, destruction of property, and deepening divisions among Ghanaians. Quote, these actions are unacceptable and go against the core values of peace, unity, and respect for life that we as a nation hold dear. The Catholic Bishop Conference has called on for immediate cessation of all violent activities and urged Ghanaians to uphold the peace that has been the hallmark of the nation's democratic process. Nathan?
Well, staying with the violence, the Ghana Police Service, according to page 3 of the Chronicle, has arrested 106 civilians described as rampaging civilians for engaging in various acts of hooliganism in the aftermath of the polls. ACP Grace Akrofi was speaking yesterday, and she emphasized the commitment of the security forces, and she noted that officers would act within the law to preserve peace. And she said out of the 106 people who had been arrested, 10 of the arrests were related to the Ghana gas incident, and all suspects were being processed according to the law. If you stay with that, Dr. Baumia is calling for unity. Stories written by Maxwell Ofori, and Dr. Baumia was addressing members of the Kole Klote constituency at his residence on Tuesday, and his plea followed pronouncements by some party supporters blaming persons in the hierarchy for the defeat. And he says, quote, blame games will destroy us. Let us stand together. Stop the blame games. Let's look at the future. Let's concentrate on strengthening the party. It is not about individual ambition. I know we'll come out successful.
Then I take you to the Inquisitor on page 4, faces behind NPP defeat. They do an analysis and highlight President Kufuor's role, Ken Ofori-Attah's role, Gabia Sarah-Chedaku's role, and Chairman Won Tumi's role. Also, in that paper, Subing MP, that's Eugene Boachi entry on page 2, blames MPP defeat on Ken Ofori-Attah. And then also there is KTM one. He says, what pained my heart most? He said, what pained my heart most is that most of them didn't vote. Katie Amond upset over
is it not the coconut heads he's referring to? Yes. They didn't vote now. They've used their coconuts for something else. Mahama names Julius Debra.
Yes.
Asiedun Ketia and 8 others to transition team. This is channel1news.com. And it says that John Dramani Mahama, Ghana's president-elect, has, in accordance with the provisions of the Presidential Transition Act 2012 Act 841, appointed members of the 2024 transition team. This follows President Nana Akufo-Addo's invitation to the president-elect to the Jubilee House on Wednesday, December the 11th, as part of the transition team. So, Sami Jemfi, who's the National Communications Officer of the NDC, in a statement issued on Tuesday, noted that the transition team comprises experienced individuals drawn from various sectors, including finance, governance, public administration, and some of the names are Julius Debra, who's co-chairperson, Johnson Asiedun Ketia is a member, Fifi Fiavikwete is a member as well, Dr. Callistus Mahama is secretary to the transition team, and you have Dr. Valerie Sawyer, who is a member. The others are Professor Kwame Ahoy, member, Dr. K. Silvatu Forsen, member, Mahama Yariga, Guzi Tano, and Dr. Edward Omane Buama. On the other side, I see that the Chief of Staff, Akosua Frema Oseo-Pare, is chairing the government's transition team. In a statement issued on Tuesday, December 10, it said that persons were appointed in accordance with the Act. Yes. So these are some of the names who will be on the government side, the incumbent government side. Honorable Akosua Frema Oseo-Pare, Attorney General Godfrey Abuadame, Minister responsible for Presidential Affairs, Osei Che Mensa Bonsu, Dr. Mohammed Amin, Adam Henry Korte, Dominic Nitiwo, Shelley Ayokobotre, Martin J. Mensa Kosa, Albert Kandapa. They will be representing the government side. There are others who are in charge of civil service, Dr. Evans Agrikwashi, Agridakun, I beg your pardon, Dr. Nana Ato Atha, his local government. And these are all in accordance with the provisions of the transition.
Okay, let me take you to page 18 of the Daily Graphic. Review process of transmitting certified election results. Experts to EC. Very important. A lot of the chaos has come because of this transmission of collated results. So some governance experts have called on the Electoral Commission to look into the process of how certified results at the polling station levels are aggregated at the national level for declaration and fashion a more convenient and faster way of transmitting election results. So we have Professor Seidu Alidu and Dr. John Osai Kwapong. Dr. Osai Kwapong said over the years important changes had been made to the electoral process as a way of strengthening transparency and increasing confidence in election outcomes. He said one such change was allowing political parties to have copies of the record of poll, that's the pink sheet at the polling stations. This has resulted in political parties now being able to quickly collate results after the close. Dr. Saikwapo, however, said it took political parties with the right infrastructure in place no more than 10 hours after the close of polls to collate results, as the country had seen since 2016.
Right. If you go to page 6 of the Informer, the West African Exams Council is here, and it has disclosed that delays in the release of funds from the Ministry of Education are affecting the timely completion of post-exam processes for the 2024 WASSCE. In a press release issued on the 9th of December, WAEC revealed that although the marking of essay and practical components was completed on the 29th of November, the scanning of objective test cards had been stalled due to the breakdown of scanners. This delay has been attributed to the lack of funds needed for repairs and other operational activities, and these things were captured in a statement that WAEC issued, and the Informer newspaper is bringing us those details.
The Herald newspaper on its front page says the secret employment and promotions at Cocoa Board. The story is on page 3, and it says that multiple reports reaching the Herald indicate secret recruitment and promotions across various state institutions in the wake of the defeat over the weekend by the NPP and marching orders given by the Kufuor government. Institutions such as Cocoa Board, SNIT, and Gridco are allegedly rushing to address unemployment concerns previously raised by Ghanaians. At the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumar Boaji, Director General, has, according to a letter in circulation, reassigned some 3 medical officers, namely Dr. Osei Kufuor, Dr. Paulina Clara Ofori, and Dr. John Ekootu as Regional Directors of Health Service for Central, Bono, and Oti regions. Critics, however, see this as an attempt to bloat the public payroll before President-elect John Dramani Mahama takes office in January, goes on to list other offices where promotions are taking place.
These last-minute appointments happen all the time, right? Godfrey, there's this one I want to know what you think about. Maybe later on the show we'll delve into it. Jean Mensah should have resigned by now. It is finished for her. Joyce Bauer is speaking. Joyce Bauer Mokhtari, Special Aide to President-elect John Dramani Mahama, has called for the resignation of Jean Mensah, chairperson of the Electoral Commission. Quote, I was thinking that the EC chairperson was going to resign yesterday. Yes, absolutely. They have been incompetent, to say the least. There are too many partisans there. The arm twisting when the will of the people is up against you. There is nothing you can do. Okay. It goes on to say one of the reasons we have these pockets of violence even is that it took too long for the EC to declare the results. In her place, I would have, like she said, it is finished. It should be finished for her as well. That's tough talking there. But final one, CNN, no winners. China's Xi warns US against trade war. So some big talk, tough talking here and there.
What's he saying?
He's saying that no one will be a winner if the US and China engage in trade war. It's not going to look good. So tariff wars, trade wars, technology wars, they go against their historical trend and economic laws, and there will be no winners.
You know, the last time they went at it, everybody assumed the Chinese were the ones who were struggling. Both sides struggled heavily, because
and the rest of us also
contrary to what people don't know, the US imports a lot
from China,
and also exports a lot
to China.
So tariffs both ways.
There will be no winners.
There are no winners.
Consumers will suffer.
That was a news review. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Godfred.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hanefri, the Health and Safety Manager of Total Energies Ghana. I want to remind you of the importance of road safety, especially as the festive season draws closer. Road accidents don't just happen, they are caused. Reckless driving, overspeeding, and poor vehicle maintenance are some of the leading causes during this period. Here are a few tips to keep you safe. Always ensure your vehicle is in good condition before traveling. Please wear your seatbelt and avoid distractions like using your phone whilst driving. Let's commit to responsible behavior on the road this season. Remember, safety starts from you. Safety for me, for you, and for all. Afishapa.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink, and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's at your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's at your side. When you dream, believe with us. Fidelity. If I know I need your side. Fidelity.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
At 7 on the dot, and EcoBank says if you have a money emergency, they have you sorted. The magic number is *770# anytime you are in an emergency situation, whether you need access to loans, funds transfer, utility bill payment, airtime, data, just name it. Now this magic number *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. And EcoBank is proud to be associated with the Citi Business News, which is going to be brought to you by my good friend, Ni Latte. How are you doing, Ni?
I'm well, Caleb. How about you?
I'm in good health, thank you. What's in the news, man?
Well, we are hearing from some energy sector players on plans by the president-elect to fix, revenue leakages and privatize ECG as well, plus some other stories making rounds in the world of business.
Take it up, man.
Well, hello, welcome. This is 97.3 Citi FM. Good morning to you. Welcome to the breakfast edition of Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by EcoBank, MTN, and Goil. In this midweek edition, energy sector players advise President-elect to consider a piecemeal approach to ECG's privatization in plugging revenue leakages. Also coming up, fiscal consolidation in African countries, including Ghana, to face renewed scrutiny in 2025. We'll tell you why. Much later, shareholders of SIC Insurance PLC to receive 2023 final dividend payments next month on the back of the closure of the investors register. I am Ni Latte with the details. Now, President-elect John Dramani Mahama has reiterated his commitment to addressing the significant revenue losses incurred by the Electricity Company of Ghana. According to reports from the African Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, the country's energy sector continues to accumulate substantial debt, largely due to the low revenue recovery rate of ECG, which currently stands at $67 million per month. In an interview with Global South World News Network, Mr. Mahama stated that upon taking office in January 2025, his administration will prioritize the privatization of ECG to improve its efficiency.
What we need to do very quickly is to work on the distribution end, that is the Electricity Company of Ghana. They are incurring 32% technical and commercial losses. I don't know any electricity company that can survive with 32% losses. And 2 years ago, they incurred a debt of they made a loss of 10 billion. Last year, I think they made a loss of about 6 billion. It cannot continue. It has to stop. And so, one, we have to privatize the distribution and bring some private sector efficiency into the distribution end. It was being done under the Millennium Challenge Compact, but this government came and messed it up because of issues to do with corruption. The president's family were arguing with the shareholders on how to, distribute the shares.
Thus, President-elect John Dramani Mahama, but energy sector players have some concerns. Energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Suleiman believes the incoming government should first focus on involving private sector players in ECG's revenue and recovery efforts before considering its full privatization.
The revenue collection aspect of it, we start with that one. And if that improves drastically, I think we can turn the fortunes of ECG to a positive trajectory, and that will inure to the benefit of the entire power sector. One thing is able to collect the money, but our inability to stay on course on this cash waterfall mechanism to be able to distribute to all the key and the right and the relevant stakeholders is the matter in question here. And I think that has always been one of the reasons why the IPPs, they have always been threatening to lay down their tools or to cut power, and some did cut power periodically, because I believe we're not following through with tax reform mechanism, working principle.
Dr. Yusuf Suleimana is an energy strategist. Now, fiscal consolidation across sub-Saharan Africa, including Ghana, is expected to gain renewed momentum in 2025, according to Fitch Solutions' latest report. Now, the report highlights that while governments on the continent will make more deliberate strides towards fiscal discipline, structural challenges are expected to limit progress. More in the following report.
According to Fitch Solutions, in 2024, economies such as Ghana, South Africa, and Nigeria face fiscal setbacks largely influenced by election-related spending and public opposition to revenue enhancement measures. With elections now concluded, pressures on the cost of living easing, efforts to narrow fiscal deficits are set to intensify in 2025. However, the overall budget deficit for sub-Saharan Africa is forecasted to decrease modestly from 4.3% of GDP in 2024 to 3.9% in 2025, remaining higher than the pre-pandemic average of 3.2% recorded between 2010 and 2019. The research arm of the rating agency predicts that 27 out of the 49 sub-Saharan African countries, including Ghana, will continue to grapple with higher fiscal shortfalls compared to their historic averages. The report also anticipates that easing inflationary pressures will prompt central banks across the region to maintain or initiate monetary easing cycles, fostering policy alignment. For Ghana, these fiscal and monetary development will likely be pivotal as the nation navigates its post-election economic recovery and addresses long-standing structural vulnerabilities.
Meanwhile, Associate Director Country Risk at Fitch Solutions, Mike Kruniger, in an earlier webinar, is hoping that the next administration will ensure that structural reforms under the IMF program will be sustained to anchor growth.
The main reason is the expected return to fiscal tightening after the vote. So as I mentioned earlier, Ghana is currently under an extended credit facility with the IMF, and a key target is to improve the country's public finances and reduce the budget deficit. As you can see on the chart on the left here, this didn't really happen in 2024, with this year having been characterized by significant fiscal slippage as the government ramped up expenditure ahead of the election in order to appeal to voters. Now, we anticipate a renewed focus on fiscal consolidation under a likely NDC government, despite rhetoric coming out of the party that might suggest otherwise.
That was Associate Director Country Risk at Fitch Solutions, Mike Kruniger. More on the economy and how it's going to look like from next year, because investor confidence in the fixed income market is expected to strengthen in 2025, fueled by decline in treasury bill yields and improving macroeconomic conditions. This follows a gradual recovery in 2024 as the government worked to stabilize its fiscal position and rebuild trust in the domestic bond market.
Databank's 2025 fixed income outlook projects continued recovery driven by foreign investors cautiously re-entering the market and the government's shift towards longer-dated securities. T-bill yields remain high, with the 91-day, 182-day, and 364-day bills at 27.36%, 28.1%, and 29.8% respectively. However, easing inflationary pressures and a dovish monetary policy stance in 2025 are expected to lower borrowing costs. The government plans to reduce its T-bill borrowing from an estimated 220 billion Ghana cedis in 2024 to 200 billion Ghana cedis in 2025, lowering average weekly borrowings from 4.2 billion Ghana cedis to 3.9 billion Ghana cedis. This pivot is expected to gain momentum after 2025 Q1 as the government addresses refinancing needs tied to high T-bill maturities from late 2024. A significant milestone for economic recovery is government's plan to reopen the domestic bond market to non-resident investors in 2025 following the completion of the DDEP in September 2023. This move, according to government, signals confidence in the country's economic prospects.
Netili Neti Ajaho with that report. Now, SIC Insurance PLC has announced the payment of a final dividend of 0.05 Ghana cedis per share for the 2023 financial year. Now, all shareholders registered in the books of SIC at the close of business this Friday, December 13, will qualify for the final dividend. The register of shareholders will be closed from Monday, December 16, 2024 to Tuesday, December 17, 2024. In view of the foregoing, the ex-dividend date has been set as Wednesday, December 11, 2024. So this means that the dividend of 0.05 Ghana cedis per share will be paid on Thursday, 30th January 2025. Now, the Bank of Ghana is turning to artificial intelligence to enhance its monetary policy decisions, particularly in the area of predictive inflationary trends. The central bank is leveraging AI for efficiency of economic data analysis, enabling it to respond more proactively to shifts in the global and domestic economic landscape. First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afare, has been underscoring the importance of technological innovation in maintaining economic stability and fostering sustainable growth.
At the Bank of Ghana, AI has been employed to help with forecasting, to generate near-term forecasts. Through the development of algorithms and creation of crawlers, AI has been used in gathering prices of goods and services in firms that have internet presence. The data is scraped off the website of these firms that have internet presence, shipped the data back to the office for processing. Our AI-generated inflation provides us with real-time inflation numbers, and this is novel, and our peers in the sub-region have requested technical assistance in this area to also help support work in the jurisdiction.
Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afare is first Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. Let's take you to the interbank foreign exchange market. The dollar trading at 16 cedis 10 pesos, the British pound at 21 cedis, that of the euro selling at 17 cedis 90 pesos. A reminder that these are the rates the forex bureaus are offering the general public. And that's it for the breakfast edition of Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by EcoBank, MTN and GOIL. My name is Neela Tilate. Do have a good business day.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuel. GOIL brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in GOIL stations nationwide. GOIL Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. GOIL Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with GOIL Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who feel? Good energy. Joy, dear.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees. Mommy chop money. Cratchy, mommy my rent. Emergency, emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town. Dial *770# for money emergencies and chop life.
For emergency access to your bank accounts, transfers, utility payments, loans, and more, dial *770#. Bank on the go even without data with EcoBank short code for digital banking. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
My pillow. Oh, Oh, wait till I do you. Where you leave me, go for a tungo. Where you leave me, go for a yeah. Where till you do me, no, my sis, yeah. It's my boo, I know me, alum. It's my boo, I know me, yeah. Ole, go. Tell me what I do for you.
It's a flavor of vanilla. Vanilla calls this one atongo.
Share you see, say, madam. So you they chase my boo. Make sure say you know kufu.
I'm sure. Atongo was using polytank to store his water. Had shell in his vehicle, and his vehicle was from Zonda. Now Polytank is proud to associate with Kickoff, same with Shell and Zonda. If you need to store water, which you must here in Ghana, the only name we all know is Polytank. They've been here for more than 3 decades. All generations trust them. They're the first, the best, certainly the original. So go for guaranteed quality. Choose Polytank near Papa Nunier. The caution for you is that Polytank does not request for Momo payments online. And every Thursday and Friday from November 21st to December 13th, 2024, you can enjoy a 10% discount on all lubricants at Shell Airport Branch. 3 simple reasons why you should do so. Your car will enjoy high quality lubricants, your wallet will save some money, and your wallet will be happy, son. So don't let this offer swerve you. Spark your car, start it actually, and drive into the airport shop for a 10% discount today. T's and C's apply. Zonda Ghana Limited is offering you a wide range of quality trucks like Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, you name them. And they are all assembled right here in Ghana. And they also provide top-notch after-sales service for all your heavy and light-duty trucks and machinery needs. 7 branches across the country. Find them. Head office is off the Tema Plow Road, close to the Free Zones Enclave in Tema. Call us now, 050-177-2222, 050-177-3333. Zonda Ghana, built in Ghana, building Ghana. There's a big head in the studio that's nodding to this tune. It's Gabby Affairs. He's ready with kickoff.
It's a penalty for the foul on Luis Diaz. Could be his 50th Champions League goal, this. And it is. And there we are. Liverpool remain top of the UEFA Champions League phase with a 100% record. 6 wins from 6. The latest by a 0-0 in northeast Spain.
It's a good morning to you, Gabby Affair.
Good morning, Caleb. Liverpool fans are enjoying themselves.
Are they?
Yeah. 6 wins out of 6 games.
That's impressive.
Charlie, I want to be a Liverpool fan.
Why not? What's keeping you?
No, I have to be loyal to my team.
Which is this?
The Black Stars of Ghana. All right, good morning. Liverpool are enjoying themselves in the UEFA Champions League. 6 wins out of 6. Under Arne Slot, they are close to qualifying for the round of 16. Also in Bergamo.
Samartic, Lookman, it's a great first touch. Oh, and he scored! But as it is and as it's finished, they're right in it again.
All right, Real Madrid survived another scare last night against Atalanta with Ademola Lookman's effort falling short of securing at least a point for the Italians against the defending champions Madrid. We will review the matches from last night, plus build up to the 9 matches coming up today in the Champions League. In Togo, Ghana's Black Galaxies are in action later today against Togo. We're on the wings of Zonda GHL V Power, Polytan Ghana, Papa Nunye. My name is Gabi Ofer. Right, so 25 goals emerged from 9 UCL games last night as match day 6. Liverpool maintained their perfect record in the competition, registering a 6th victory and with a 1-0 win. to hand Girona a fit defeat in their maiden European season. Liverpool are out but through to the Champions League last 16 thanks to Mohamed Salah's goal. Here's Alisson Becker, elated to be back in the starting lineup.
Amazing feeling. It was a long way for me this time. It was an injury after a small injury, then a big one. 9 weeks, I think I was away, but working really hard every day in the gym. When you are injured, you work even more than when you are fit and playing. You just play and try to recover as much as you can. But when you are injured, you have no excuses. You have to prepare. You have to stop for a while, then prepare, work hard. It's like doing your preseason again.
All right, so that's Liverpool's Alisson Becker speaking after his side's 1-0 win over Girona. Elsewhere, Kylian Mbappe scored his 50th Champions League goal, while Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham were also on target as Madrid secured a much-needed win against Atalanta. The game ended 3-2 for the defending champions, and what this means, Madrid move up to 18th, 3 points of the top 8, who qualify automatically for the knockout stage. Atalanta, meanwhile, 9th on 11 points. Here is Real Madrid's Jude Bellingham.
Difficult. They played really well. They have amazing weapons. Difficult here, difficult atmosphere to play in, but important that we got the job done. We needed them points, so really important. I think we were clinical in the end. We took our chances that came to us. We didn't have loads, but when they came, we were pretty clinical in taking them. And you know, they probably had most of the ball, but in areas that were a little bit more comfortable for us. And then when they did have shots on goal, they were from far out, and Thibaut could collect them comfortably. But you know, such a difficult game. They work so hard. They're so intense. They go 1v1 all over the pitch. It's difficult to play against, but it makes the win even better.
All right, so that's Madrid's Jude Bellingham speaking there. Well, in Germany, Nordi Mukiele scored a dramatic late win as Bayer Leverkusen inflicted a first Champions League defeat of the season on Inter Milan. The results mean Xabi Alonso's side leapfrog the Italians, moving second in the table behind Liverpool. Here from Bayer Leverkusen's Jeremy Frimpong. It was his birthday yesterday, and his team went on to win against Inter Milan.
First of all, happy birthday. The team made the present for you, a cake after the game and icing on the cake on the pitch.
Top. You see, this is best birthday present for the team to win a difficult game, Champions League as well. Yeah, I'm so proud of the team.
What did you make of this game? I mean, it was quite edgy. It was moments. You had more chances, but this Inter team looked so tough to break down.
Yeah, boys, they are a good team, you know, a good side. They're Champions League level. You understand? So they always go far in the Champions League, so we knew it was going to be a difficult game.
All right, so that's the birthday boy, Jeremy Frimpong speaking there. He played for Bayer Leverkusen. Brest, Billion's run in the Champions League continues as they moved up to 5th in the table following a hard-fought win over PSV Eindhoven. Aston Villa were twice pegged back by winless RB Leipzig, but scored late to all but clinch a place in the knockout stages. We hear from Aston Villa duo John McGinn and Ross Barkley.
Guys, well done. Congratulations, Ross. Subs role, come on and make an impact. You did it.
Yeah, well, that's the role from the lads on the bench to try and make a difference in the game. John made the difference today. John Duran made the difference, and I'm happy to come off the bench and score the winner. So, you know, it was an important win for us.
I do indeed. John, what a start as well by the team. Having taken the lead twice, did you fear it might have gone?
Yeah, well, it was disappointing losing the offside goal. It was a little bit of a hammer blow. I think the 2 goals that we conceded were really poor from our point of view. I think we controlled the game well.
All right, so that's Aston Villa's duo, John McGinn and Ross Barkley speaking. The Bayern Munich came from behind to trash Shakhtar Donetsk and boost their chances of reaching the last 16. Bayern have moved up to 8th with Feyenoord and Slovan Bratislava still to play in Germany. Well, the drama continues later tonight. Atletico Madrid take on Slovan Bratislava at 5:45 p.m. Leo take on Sturm Graz. AC Milan will play Red Star Belgrade. Arsenal up against Monaco. And for Arsenal's Martin Odegaard, he said the feeling in the squad is to go all the way and win the Champions League.
Yeah, I think that's the feeling in the squad. I think everyone is believing so much in what we're doing, and we have confidence in everything we do as a team, you know. And I think last year we learned a few good lessons. We wanted to go all the way, and we didn't. And yeah, we have to take those lessons and make sure that we get better and that we learn from it. And yeah, I think you see, if you look at the last game, for example, it's a really tough game away from home, and we did amazing. Yeah, I think that's a sign of improvement. So.
Well, some more games coming up later tonight. Benfica take on Bologna. Borussia Dortmund is up against Barcelona. Feyenoord will play Sparta Prague. Juventus v Manchester City. And Stuttgart will play Young Boys in the match day 6 of the UEFA Champions League. Well, elsewhere in Togo, Ghana's Black Galaxies are scheduled to play an international friendly later today at the Stade Kege. And the fixture forms part of the team's preparation for the crucial CHAN qualifiers against Nigeria on December 22. Now, City Sports caught up with a former player, Emmanuel Asiria Tobra, and what he thinks about their new head coach, Masoud Didi Dramani.
Although I've not worked under him, but I've heard a lot about him, and I know he's a good coach. He knows how to manage players and then get the best out of them. So I hope with Didi, they can do this time around again and then beat Nigeria. Okay, so I don't know about the camping duration, but what helped our time was we camped for a long time. So the cohesion was there, and then we know our strength. Each player believes in one another, and then give our coach. So I don't know how long this Galaxy team has camped, and then if you want to win a tournament, tell about camping, and then grooming the players, taking the best from the league, and then.
All right, so that's former Black Galaxies player Emmanuel Asiria Tobra speaking there. Ghana Athletics President Bar Husseini has been named the Confederation of African Athletics Leader of the Year 2024. Now, the president of the African Paralympic Committee, Samson Dean, has also extended a congratulatory message to Ghana's president-elect John Dramani Mahama following his victory in the country's recent presidential elections. In Doma, Premier League club Idiana FC have announced this appointment of Romanian coach Cioba Ristica as their new head coach. He replaces Yao Echampo, who was sacked due to a series of poor performances in the Ghana Premier League. And the Premier League returns this week on Run Shooter fixtures later at 5 p.m. That's the very latest in the world of sports. Kickoff was proudly brought to you by Shell, V Power, Zonda JH and Politan Ghana, Papa Nunia. My name is Gabi Ofe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care of yourself and bye-bye.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now? I just got awarded a deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, FUA pickups, 4-land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sales service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office? Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off their Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Papa Nunye, Papa Nunye,
Papa Naka Messi, Papa Nunye Kamesi, Only one politician, strong and reliable, trusted by generation. We want the citizens to buy only politicians. Papa Nunye, Papa Nunye, Accra Plumbers, say so.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder. Etienne Hao, Boketa near Potoyoa, Sankofa got you coming. Go for Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Abuna Bunu, Abonje Krakra, Sankofa pepper powder. Red and hot, very natural. Sankofa pepper powder. Chinchinga, NMBia. Sankofa pepper powder. Noodles, Ghana Jolo. Sankofa pepper powder. Essia Nette. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder.
So let me go over the list again. A couch set, plain thick curtains, bedside lamp, and what else? You know what? Just send me a WhatsApp with your list.
Hey, guy! Where did you see money to get all this for the babe?
Settings, my guy, settings. This Christmas, Oka is running a promo called Brewing with Oka. You get 20 to 60% off Christmas decor, toys, and many more. So this list, I will just wait till the promo begins and go get them for her. Fiancé of the year, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, you no get size, what it? We get.
Hey, I'm still on the line, oh.
This festive season, Oka Deco is making your holiday dreams come true with massive discounts from 20% to 60% off Christmas decor, toys, and many more in store. Don't miss out. Visit Oka Deco on the Princess Road and Asokwa Kumase. Think home, think Oka.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
The Situation All-White Christmas Party is back! This Christmas Eve, forget the usual and step into a celebration like none other. The Situation All-White Christmas Party is taking over the city with music, magic, and memories waiting to be made. Think cozy vibes, electric beats, and the perfect blend of festive cheer and wild energy all in one space. Date 24th December 2024. Venue Beyond the Bridge, East Legon. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Come and dance like nobody's watching. Sip, mingle, make merry, and unwrap the ultimate Christmas Eve experience. Dress to impress, bring your holiday spirit, and let's make the Situation All-White Christmas Party unforgettable. Call 0205-973-973 for table reservations and get ready to party! It's going to be lit at the Underbridge. The Situation All-White Christmas Party 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Carlsberg Beer, Kiss Drinks, Series, Bell Eyes, Verb du Vernet, Bushmills Irish Whiskey, and Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
City 97.3.
Above the noise.
It's minutes after 7 on the Citi Breakfast Show. Wednesday morning, December 11. It's been about 4 days after the election, and I've tried to put together a list of some of the post-election violence and looting, vandalism, hooliganism. No less than 7 of such incidences across the country. And remember, the National Commission for Civic Education, prior to the election, this was in October this year, they raised concerns about a survey They raised concerns in their survey, which indicate a rising number of voters willing to engage in election violence. Remember also that the Ghana Police Service had said, in fact, warned any troublemaker, anyone who intended to foment trouble before, during, and after the election, that they were going to deal ruthlessly with them. Days after the election and declaration of the president-elect, we're seeing incidences of violence across the country. It's a big concern, and we'll be diving deep into this particular one. 2 persons were killed during looting of fertilizer at Akumadan. Can you imagine that? NADMO offices were ransacked. We're told Forestry Commission warehouses at Achimota were attacked. Fridges, laptops, printers, things were stolen and looted. Attempts were made to, make away with cars. How should I say it? Steal cars, basically. Ghana National Gas Company, Ghana Ports and Harbour Authority. Very, very worrying situations. And these do not even include the attacks on Electoral Commission offices. Some have been set on fire. Some individuals have been beaten while in line of duty. And as I've said, 2 people have been killed during the looting of fertilizer at Akumadan. Big conversation this morning. We'll be delving into that. Meantime, some of you have sent dedications. Your loved ones are celebrating their birthdays today. The number to send yours through is 0549986996. 0549986996. We'll be bringing you all those. Join the conversation at any time with these numbers. The president-elect has called on the president and the security to deal with all miscreants. In the meantime, dear valued customer, when was the last time you used your Zenith Bank account? If it's been a while, we want you to know that we miss you. And this festive season, give yourself the best gift ever. Reactivate your dormant Zenith Bank account and rediscover the amazing benefits of being a member of the Zenith Bank family. Experience true convenience and an excellent range of banking products and services designed to meet every need this Christmas and New Year when you reactivate your Zenith Bank account. So do not wait. Simply visit www.zenithbank.com.gh. Visit any Zenith Bank branch near you to initiate the process of reactivating your dormant Zenith Bank account. We look forward to welcoming your bank back. Zenith Bank is in your best interest. And listen, VW is providing a special deal on the new Terramont Treadline. It's a V6 engine. The new Terramont Treadline has space enough to seat 7 adults comfortably. Its 3.6-liter petrol engine comes with maximum power that takes you and your family to any destination across the 16 regions of Ghana and beyond. Any type of terrain. We're good to go. We're on trail because we have an intelligent all-wheel system. V6 engine, 280 horsepower, a 4-motion wheel, all-wheel drive system designed for speed and comfort. Starting price is 750,000 Ghana cedis. Take advantage while stock lasts. T&C supply. Call or WhatsApp VW Ghana on 0257 956 688. The other ranges we have are Vetus, T-Cross, T1, Allspace, Terramont, and Amarok pickup.
Now, if you're looking for litigation-free land to buy, contact Royal Kingdom Estate. They specialize in land acquisition, construction, design, property management, and so much more. They offer flexible payment plans, and they have properties in prime areas like Accra and Ebri. Call them on 0557 555 909 or send them an email, info@Royal Kingdom Estate. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams. There's exciting news from Coca-Cola. They are announcing the return of your favorite Coca-Cola original taste in the 300 ml glass bottle. Dive into a world of flavor with Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite, all offered in the iconic 300 ml returnable glass bottle at 3 cedi 50 pesos. If you want something with a different twist, you can find the 300 ml recyclable PET bottle at 6 Ghana cedis. Get in touch with Coca-Cola or find out more from them via social, Instagram, Facebook at Coca-Cola_GH. Experience real magic with Coca-Cola's original taste. And if you are a business and you are concerned about how you communicate with your clients and partners and all of that, speak to the people at Wiggle Vision Limited. They have what you need. They have a solution called Frog, which is the ultimate USSD, OTP, and bulk SMS messaging platform designed to transform your business communication. So whether it's bulk SMS, voice SMS, IVR, USSD, OTP, our solutions are tailored to help your business reach more people faster. Call Wiggle on 0554 170 599 or get in touch with them via their website wiggle.com.gh or sms.wiggle.com.gh. Wiggle Vision, empowering businesses one message at a time. And talking about businesses, the Bisame app is here to help businesses get more clients and have their sales hit the roof and beyond. Your security is assured, and our trade assurance ensures that your online purchases are secure. Download the Bisame app from the Play Store or the App Store to unlock endless possibilities. Grow your business, connect with customers, and enjoy success with ease.
Happy blessed birthday to our sister, Mrs. Irene Anyonam Kabu Makumato, wife of Mr. Jones Makumato of ECG. She is 61 years old today. God bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be blessed in all aspects of life. Maona Yara Gada. This is coming from your brothers, Seth and Felix. Seth and Felix are wishing their sister, Mrs. Irene Anyonam Kabu Makumato, wife of Mr. Jones Makumato of ECG, a very happy birthday. I have a feeling Sky will say I murdered the name Makumato. How did I say Makumato or Makumato? I probably murdered it. But we'll get into some dedication soon. 0549 986 996 is the number. Kindly celebrate this wonderful woman for us. Happy birthday to Mrs. Christiana Aku Obeng Jan of PCG Ascension Congregation, Koforidua. This is coming from your husband, Mr. Obeng Jan, the children Richie, Abigail, Pamela, Edwin, as well as the entire family. The message is, Mama, we love you. Good morning to Richard Alaskay who joins us. And yes.
Good morning, my brother. How's it going?
Very good, thank you. And Godfred is here. Nathan is here as well. Now, we've had several reports, a number of reports of incidences of violence, hooliganism.
Incidents, you mean?
Sorry.
Incidents,
yes, thank you. Incidents of hooliganism and attempts to attack and take over state institutions. We'll start with the Ghana National Gas Company Limited, and then also the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. In these two situations, thanks to the police, commendations to the police, they actually foiled the attempts by these elements most of whom are suspected supporters of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. They dealt with them and they prevented them from taking over. I have a report from Daniel Odro on the Ghana gas incident. Let's take a listen to this report.
When Channel One News arrived at the Ghana gas headquarters, a large group of NDC supporters and heavily built men were seen demanding access to confront NS Owusu Bempah. The scene quickly escalated into a tense standoff between the protesters and security personnel. Soldiers deployed to the site fired warning shots in an attempt to disperse the crowd, but the tactics seemed to inflame tensions further as the protesters stood their ground.
Antiama, you are scared.
The standoff, which lasted several hours, severely disrupted operations at Ghana Gas and nearby facilities. Many workers fled the scene, seeking refuge inside their offices. Although calm was eventually restored, employees remain apprehensive about returning to work on Wednesday, December 12, 2024. Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustapha Bande, who arrived at the scene, strongly condemned the attacks on state properties linked to alleged NDC supporters following the party's electoral victory. He issued a stern warning that any individual involved in such actions would face legal repercussions if apprehended.
The mission was very simple, that Owusu Bempah was operating from here and attacking everyone from outside, and this is a public office. So once there's a change of government, they wanted to ensure that he no longer operates from here. But I told them that His Excellency the President have instructed that we have the support of Ghanaians to keep Ghana very peaceful, and that much as he's committed to ensure that whosoever have done something wrong will be held responsible, we must do so in accordance with law. Whatever is being stolen, whatever is being taken, will be traced and retrieved at the right time. If you have an information somebody has stolen anything, it is not for you to take the law in your hands. We have empowered the police, and they are still in charge of this country. They are in charge of all of us. Nobody is bigger than the law. The police are in charge, and whosoever is caught in an unlawful conduct will be dealt with the police. So we entreat our party people to just become.
The National Democratic Congress insists that it has not sanctioned any act of vandalism against state property or any individual. It has thus urged its supporters to exercise restraint amidst its victory in the 2024 general election.
So that was Daniel Odro's report on an attempted takeover of the Ghana National Gas Company Limited. Now, personnel from the Ghana Armed Forces successfully thwarted an attempted takeover of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority headquarters on Tuesday, December 10, averting what could have been a major disruption to the operations of one of Ghana's key economic institutions. Let's take more details from this report.
December 10, military personnel intervened to protect the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority headquarters, ensuring the continued operation of one of Ghana's key economic institutions. Videos circulating on social media show a group of individuals attempting to force their way into the facility. The swift response from the Ghana Armed Forces prevented any damage and restored calm. The attempted takeover reportedly began at the main entrance of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority headquarters in the early hours. Speaking to Channel One News, an eyewitness Che Balfour said security had been reinforced, emphasizing there was no immediate threat thanks to the deployment of additional personnel.
We are secure. Somehow we can say yes secure because in him they will be by and the AC in him and se bibi boni be see in him but they go do that to her.
It must say your friend saying or maybe fear security or
oh aha no ankasa the security zone dada entinya dey say
another eyewitness called on President-elect John Dramani Mahama to urge his supporters to avoid damaging state property.
This way, this is not the best way to do this. The best trying to say President Mahama boys in the back at least now almost easy fire for now.
Attempts to secure a statement from the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority management regarding the incident have so far been unsuccessful.
So that was Daniel Odro. Daniel Sakite rather did the report on the Ghana National Gas Company Limited. Now to Tepa. Go for it. I'm sorry. See, when you are reading,
you butchered one name. This guy has corrected you now. To Tepa, also say Tepa.
Oh no, you see.
Abonti father. Hey, Caleb.
Tepa.
Abonti father.
Pressure.
Don't come and, please. When you come, don't come and call me a Koto. My name.
No. Oh my God. So let's go to Tepa. Witnessed heavy military presence after supporters of the NDC launched series of attacks in response to disputed election results. Now, the unrest has led to widespread damage of both public and private property. Protesters allegedly set several structures within the school premises ablaze. Adding to the chaos, a local radio station owned by the NPP's parliamentary candidate was also targeted. Now, the protesters reportedly ransacked the station and a nearby warehouse, further escalating tensions in the communities. There is more in this report filed by Ashanti Regional Correspondent Bright Yabua.
The youth of Tepa were visibly enraged on Tuesday, reacting to the actions of armed thugs who reportedly stormed the town a day earlier. Residents alleged that these individuals, armed with cutlasses, threatened them, seized mobile phones, and forcibly stripped some of their clothing, escalating tensions in the already fragile post-election atmosphere. Business activities have ground to a halt, with shops shuttered amid fears of further violence. Key targets of the unrest include properties belonging to NPP parliamentary candidate Eric Nanajiman Prempe. His Toyota Land Cruiser and the radio station Cocoa FM were vandalized, with shattered windows and extensive damage reported. Such chiefs in the area have called for immediate intervention, expressing concern over the deteriorating situation.
Eni di mbɔ bia yɛntena wɔ ma hɔhoɔ bi firi baabi a wɔn firi kurom ha na kurom ma ne bi so wɔ ha no mo a wɔn ayɛ ɛho dua broni ade ɛho abɔ saafo no ɛnya de ɛbɛma kwan ɛyɛ nibiri sampa yɛta na n'akyi yɛta kurowura akyi na nanom a yɛwɔ ha no obi ansɔre enipa dodoɔ no a yɛwɔ ha no mmere bi a yɛho tetefu yɛba baba betie ni akɔ akɔka we kan say we yɛ say wa wo bɛyɛ saa no. At
the Tepa Senior High School Collation Center, burnt election materials bear witnesses to the chaos. Helen Baffo, the house mistress of the school, recounted Saturday's events, describing the atmosphere as one of fear and disorder.
This is Saturday around because it was late. Around 1-2 a.m. You say your bungalow no side or not go from the brass scatter. Yet it's a gun. Almost shoot any baby and a all of a sudden you will say brave any number of bungalows. That is the dormitory at the back of the dormitory. I'm in a metro. The students on here say, I'm over in
a bid to restore calm, Tepahene Nanadu Sechenwa Ampim I convened an emergency meeting with his elders on Tuesday with discussions focused on strategies to quell the unrest and bring stability back to the town.
Ebeti tapadia na yenkoso ni mpuntri. Ebeti tapadia na yenkoso ani mpuntri. Sade masedi entibida. Sade masedi entibida. Tibesre mamanfo. Anaso besre mamanfo. Munimse abufu ahyemumu. Munimse abufu ahyemumu. Utie na nanom kasa. Utie na nanom kasa. Utibise obi abofu. Utimuse obi abofu. Me frem a ye me ka chem se obi an kana komantri.
Properties here in Tepa have been vandalized and community leaders are calling for calm and peace amidst these tensions, whilst the police still investigate the veracity of the matter at hand.
So that was Bright Yabua from the Ashanti region, specifically Tepa, where heavy military presence has been. We've seen heavy military presence following series of attacks launched by persons suspected to be supporters of the NDC. Now, the President-elect John Dramani Mahama has urged President Akufo-Addo and the nation's security agencies to act decisively to address the increasing incidents of lawlessness following the December 7 general elections. Now, individuals believed to be supporters of the NDC have attacked several state agencies, as we have reported to you. In a national address yesterday, John Mahama denounced these actions, calling for immediate cessation of their attacks on state institutions and installations. He called for unity and respect for law and order during this transitional period. Here's the voice of President-elect John Dramani Mahama.
This is a moment of hope, unity and opportunity for our great nation. However, I must address a matter of urgent importance tonight. Transitions from one administration to another create the impression of a vacuum of power, and certain people are easily compelled to act in their own parochial interest instead of the national interest. I've received reports of attacks on state offices and installations. While it's unclear who is behind these attacks, I condemn them in no uncertain terms. These acts must cease immediately. As I said during my post-declaration speech, I urge the youth not to vent their frustration in criminal enterprise. Instead, they must channel their anger and frustration into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our beloved nation. I urge all our citizens to remain calm and avoid actions that could harm our institutions and our democracy. We have fought hard for change, and now is the time to demonstrate our commitment to rebuilding the Ghana we want through unity and understanding. Because state power is still in the hands of the present administration, I call on the President and the security agencies to act decisively to curb the ongoing acts of lawlessness immediately. I thank you, my fellow citizens, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
So that was the President-elect John Dramani Mahama condemning the incidents of attempts of takeovers and attacks on state installations and institutions, stealing, vandalism, looting, violence we've seen across the country following the elections. It's 8:01. We'll bring you tech and social media trends and get into the details of the stories. Tech and social media trends is brought to you by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. Telecel says this is the season for connections, joy, and lasting memories. But you don't have to run out of data. It will ruin the season for you. So the Telecel fixed broadband has an amazing package for you this season. Introducing the Too Much Christmas offer, which gives you a whopping 150% bonus data for just 150 Ghana cedis extra on your current plan. More data, more Christmas magic. Experience the magic of uninterrupted internet this festive season. Simply dial *900#. Visit www.telecel.com.gh. Download the Telecel Play app to subscribe to the Too Much Christmas offer on Telecel fixed broadband today. Telecel is connecting energies. And if you're sending money to Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone, it's much easier now through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement Systems PAPS. You can send and receive money in a very easy manner. Visit any of our branches, First Bank Ghana nationwide. Create an account in order to receive money from these countries. Call 0596921921 and find out more about First Bank Ghana and what PAPS is doing. So let's jump into tech and social media trends, and Nathan Obodaikwa is here.
Okay, all right, let's get into the trends. Let's start off in Ghana. Several related teams. So Ghana gas is trending. You can imagine yesterday there were some people there trying to invade the place. It had to take a strong intervention from the military, I believe, to disperse that particular crowd. So that's one of the things trending. So in relation with the election, so Ghana Gas, Ebi Bright, Ablekuma North, Baba Sadiq, you had MPP MPs, it is finished, Sam George. So all of these things are related to the election in one way or the other. Nanado is also here in terms of the election too. Some football trends. Ademola Lookman is trending. Atalanta trending. He scored one of 2 Atalanta goals last night as they lost 3-2 at home to Real Madrid in the Champions League. Ancelotti also trending because of that same game. Vinicius also trending because of that same game. Woyome also trending as well. And then other teams from the Champions League, Girona also trending because they lost 1-0 to Liverpool. 1-0 to Liverpool in last night's Champions League. To some tech news, and AI is still here. I mean, the AI revolution is not going anywhere. Remember 2 days ago, I told you about families who were suing Character.ai, if you remember that story. Well, I'll give you further details today. A Florida mother filed a lawsuit against Character.ai, claiming that her 14-year-old son was more or less pushed to suicide by the AI platform. And she said that conversations between her child and the bot or the AI platform encouraged him to take his life. Now, this is coming, of course, in the midst of concerns and red flags raised by people who say if AI is not reined in, it could cause a major headache. And talking about AI, I'm sure those on X, formerly Twitter, will notice that Grok, which is X's AI thing, is working now. It looks like it's now open to all users. So you can go to the Grok tab. If you have a phone, it's the third out of the 6 tabs, is the third one from your left and the 4th one from your right. So when you tap that, it opens a certain page for you where you are being asked, tell me something. So you can ask the AI, tell me something interesting. What is trending? What can you do? Latest NBA updates. You can even ask it to draw a picture of you based on your trends. It will not draw an accurate picture because it didn't draw me accurately when I tried it. But it's something people can use, as the AI thing is still going on.
Interesting one there that was taking social media trends.
For a bank to rely on, let me give you a shoulder to lie on. We do we seek out to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking, it's in me here the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But in my office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank, we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom, seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman, sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
So let me go over the list again. A couch set, plain thick curtains, bedside lamp, and what else? You know what? Just send me a WhatsApp with your list.
Hey, guy! Where did you see money to get all this for the babe?
Settings, my guy. Settings. This Christmas, Oka is running a promo called Brewing with Oka. You get 20 to 60% off Christmas decor, toys, and many more. So this list, I will just wait till the promo begins and go get them for her. Fiancé of the year, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, you no get size, what it?
Hey, I'm still on the line, oh.
This festive season, Oka Deco is making your holiday dreams come true with massive discounts from 20% to 60% off Christmas decor, toys, and many more in store. Don't miss out. Visit Oka Deco on the Princess Road and Asokwa Kumase. Think home, think Oka.
Are you hoping to start university this January? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our January 2025 intake. Apply now for our foundation program. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
The Situation All White Christmas Party is back! This Christmas Eve, forget the usual and step into a celebration like none other. The Situation All White Christmas Party is taking over the city with music, magic, and memories waiting to be made. Think cozy vibes, electric beats, and the perfect blend of festive cheer and wild energy all in one space. Date 24th December 2024. Venue Beyond the Bridge, East Legon. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Come and dance like nobody's watching. Sip, mingle, make merry, and unwrap the ultimate Christmas Eve experience. Dress to impress, bring your holiday spirit, and let's make the Situation All White Christmas Party unforgettable. Call 0205-973-973 for table reservations and get ready to party. It's going to be lit at the Underbridge. The Situation All White Christmas Party 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM and proudly sponsored by Carlsberg Beer, Kiss Drinks, Series, Bell Eyes, Verve du Vernet, Bushmills Irish Whiskey, and Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
Your favorite way to send money to Ghana is back. We're excited to announce that Tap Tap Send is back and better than ever. After a brief pause, we are happy to resume our mission of providing fast, affordable, and secure money transfers to Ghana. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Tap Tap Send is working power. And remember, tell your loved ones abroad to send money through Tap Tap Send to stand a chance to win big in the December Sambra promo. Tap Tap Send. Papa no.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
People, it's time,
Nathan Carl. Sky, I'm sure, I mean, you have done this for a very long time, and during such transitional periods, we often observe such unlawful attempts at takeovers, attacks on state installations, and all of that. We could have done this in a better way, could we not? We could have anticipated this and foiled them. Could we not have done this better?
Well, I mean, anyway, good morning, first of all, to to all of us. You see, this thing is resulting from, first of all, I think, the very unfortunate call on party loyalists to step out there into the streets to defend their victory. Because when the people left the various polling centers, some people thought it wise. And of course, people were on social media saying that some people are hiding contract documents, there are people who are hiding state vehicles, there are people who are doing fresh recruitments into the services, into government institutions, and that it is important that people should act to stop these things from happening. So because they were already mobilized, and because they felt that, okay, in the past they also suffered some of these things, they needed to now exact their pound of flesh. So the unlawfulness of everything unfolded. You get the point I'm making?
I get you.
So first, they were mobilized to do a specific act. Go and protect the ballot. So after beating people where they had to beat people, after attacking EC officers where they had to do that, after burning ballot papers and EC stuff where they had to do that, some of them found new ways of channeling their energy. And what we are seeing is a result of that, because you cannot weaponize speech in the way some people have done and expect that if you do not rein in the people, they would act in the very best interest of this democracy. Because for many people who are out there doing what they are doing, they think that, look, they have won the election and that this is their time. They've watched other people enjoy the largesse of state. So now that they have been announced the winners of the election, they will get involved and do what they have to do. Of course, it is also reasonable to say or expect that there will be criminal elements who have absolutely nothing to do with NDC or MPP. They just want to take advantage of the situation and loot as much as they can, steal as much as they can, destroy as much as they can, in the hope that the day of accountability will not come, because, they will be seen as part of those who went to defend the ballot. And a new government coming into office will be hesitant to want to prosecute people who have played very frontal roles in this unacceptable conduct we are seeing across parts of the country. It is unacceptable. The Presidential Transition Act was put in place, led previously by the IEA, whose chief is now in charge of the Electoral Commission. They worked together with the various stakeholders to eventually have it passed in 2012, if my memory serves me correctly. It was to correct what had happened previously. Previously, they were targeting very small places like public toilets, because, forgive me if you are having your breakfast, because they felt that, look, that's where people make money. People made money in the Shaman areas, particularly. That was where, these things, for some reason, Ashama became the hotbed for fighting over public toilets. GPRTU stations were targets. So there was always a fight over who should control which lorry station or which lorry park and all of that. Then the question was, what do you do as a nation? And you remember that at some point, Dr. Tony Edu was accosted over a government vehicle he was allegedly using that, someone felt he ought not be using. And this was after the transition of 2000, I think it must have been, was it election 2000 or so, I think. It was after the election 2000, yes. And it was a huge matter. So all these things unfolded, and the government, and you remember that at some point, people were stormed, like new government people stormed churches to pursue, former ministers, former MPs, former government appointees. And we thought that, look, let's sanitize this thing with the Presidential Transition Act. In that act, we have someone known as the Administrator General, whose duty is to take stock of all government assets that are not already vested in some other institutions, so as to ensure that there is a record of everything. When a new government comes into office, the record is made available to this new government, together with all the handing over notes that they have received on what programs were being pursued, the state of those programs, what has been achieved, what has not been achieved, what is the proposal going forward, what is the plan going forward, and all of that. So all of that are detailed in the Presidential Transition Act of 2012. But you see, we are not doing what we need to do as a state. And I find it very unfortunate that while people are misbehaving, and while we still have a president, for some very strange reason, the President of the Republic has still not addressed us as to call the marauding, thugs to order, and also to direct the various security agencies, particularly the Ghana Police Service, to deal with the issue. And if they cannot suppress the problem, call in the military to intervene.
Sky, we need the president to interact the institutions, the state institutions, to do what they are mandated to do.
They may be mandated to do it, but you see, here's what's happening. The police now find themselves unsure of what will happen to them.
Unsure of what?
Let me finish. Because you had heard previously during the campaign threats from politicians that if you come, you will see. Yeah. Because for all these, for the years that you guys were in power, at least they have politicized them.
Yeah.
You were recruited, in their views, illegally through partisan whatever. Yeah. And that when we come, we will reset.
Yeah.
And specifically, people were told in the police service that they will be removed. In the military, people were told that they were targets. You understand? Jean Mensa herself, as you heard from,
It is finished for her.
Yeah, you understand? So, it was clear that there is an agenda to ensure that we exact our pound of flesh because we are now coming into office. You understand? So the police, for some reason, although on election day, you saw greater effort to ensure that people did not misbehave. They were arresting people nicely, putting them in the cooler and all of that.
After the election.
After it became sort of clear that there will be a change in government,
people started aligning.
Exactly. So all the videos that we saw, you saw police officers
and EC officers being
beaten. They were standing in some places. The police had to run away,
leaving the EC officials to their fate.
They had to run away. The videos are there. So, and you also hear them say that the people who were responsible for the killings in Techiman South will be held accountable. Now, from the accounts that were given to the committee that investigated the shooting
incident,
the military and the police claim that they intervened the way they did because of mob action, right? And of course, the NDC is right to say that they would have to exact justice through the normal course of things. But the police officer who is in the field trying to protect the sanctity of the ballot and the process, would he be open to, intervening using reasonable force when you have huge numbers of people flooding the center and seeking to compel their will to reflect on the results that are announced? So the police officers who are out there are in a fix. Yes, we demand and we insist that they have to act in the interests of law and order. But the question is, if you are in that position, You have a gun. How many times are you going to fire it? And if you have hundreds of youth attacking you, what do you do? So I think we have to trace it to its source. The irresponsible politicians from the two sides of the house who call their supporters to go on the streets, they have to first of all bear responsibility for what's happening. Because when they expended their energies there and felt that there was nothing else to do, and they saw on social media influential people saying go and protect the state institutions, this is now the time to do it, they heeded the call. And here's where we are. And it hurts me that while we still have a president from now to the midnight of, January what? 7? Or is this it? Yeah, January 2025, the president has been silent. Beyond issuing a statement to congratulate the man who would come and succeed him, he hasn't done anything as to restore calm. It is still his reign. It is still his mandate that is in play. He is still the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. And we want to see leadership. We want to see that leadership. So he has to address the nation. He is meeting the man succeeding him, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, later today. These are matters to do with transition, in line with the transition, the act. I hope that he will use the opportunity to send the right message. It is, look, you may have supported Baumia to the hilt, right? It's ended. It is finished. Your candidate did not win. But you have to show leadership. You're still a statesman. You have to ensure that your mandate as commander-in-chief is invoked properly as to send the right signal.
Godfred, what I'm hearing is making me sad. It sounds like musical chairs and discipline going around the same thing, different characters this time around. And I'm worried that our institutions, despite their mandate, do not seem to have the independence to function as a result of the role that politicians have played over the years. And you see, the point is that it has been done in the past, and so perhaps supporters of this party that has now won are also looking forward to their turn to enjoy. Whereas in the acceptance speeches, they tell us that, look, it's a government for all. We are brothers and sisters. Everyone should be able to have access to what is due them. People should have what they work for or fight for. It appears when it comes to these party loyalists who go all out to fight for the party, now they win power. In their minds, their definition of power is that now I have access to misbehave and no one can do anything to me, because why? My party is in power. The police, we are going to change whoever if they try to do anything, because we are under the protection of our party colors. This makes me worried.
Look, it's the flaws of our democracy. I think we've been drinking that Kool-Aid for a very long time, that our democracy is good, our democracy is strong. It's not. Our democracy is not strong. It's very, very weak. And this is an indication of it. And it's going to, if we don't take steps to strengthen it and continue to lie to ourselves that the democracy we practice is sterling, it's great, it's awesome, we are going to have more of this. We're not going to have less of it. We are going to have more. We've had these incidents before, as you've said, but we've never had them on this scale.
Especially before the inauguration.
Especially, yes, before the inauguration. We've never had it on this scale. And it's happening when our democracy is supposed to have reached its peak.
Yeah.
No, then where is that maturity? Where is that growth? And Sky makes a fantastic point when he says, look, it's fed through the system. When it gets to that point, everybody just shirks their responsibility. But ultimately, you see, this image that has been created as if once a president is a party wins power, power changes that same day. And so, look, that's why Sky's point is fantastic. The president should assert his authority. Have a conversation with the IGP. Have a conversation with whichever other security agencies. Go out there and do your job. That is also part of a democracy. Go out there and do your job. It's not about brutalizing people. It's not about assaulting people. It's not about battering people. It's about going out there and ensuring the safety of the general public. You cannot just ensure the safety of the individuals who want to misbehave. They are endangering the lives of several people. They are endangering public property. Property that after it's destroyed, guess whose money will be used to fix?
Taxpayers' money.
Taxpayers' money. It is taxpayers' money that will be used to fix these things because they will have to be replaced. So we need to fix these problems. And you see, the reason why I say it's a sign of our flawed democracy, you played voices. You heard some of the things that people said. The contract, this is where Ernest, what's his name? Osubempa was sitting and doing the work. So we are going there.
How do you know?
That is where the man works. What he says is different from where he works. So what? You are going to take him from there and what? Beat him up? Do you know where his office is? When you enter the Forestry Commission, they said they are hiding Sir John's documents there. How do you know which part of the Forestry Commission has Sir John's documents? How do you know? You've gone to burn EC materials. NADMO warehouses.
Fertilizer warehouses. Ghana ports and
let me tell you something. All this is because we have failed of our willingness to mix party and the state. That is what has led to this. Do you know why they attacked NADMO?
No.
Because NADMO is first come, first serve for the political parties. Let's not pretend about it. Every time government changes, one of the first places outside of the KVIPs that are seized is NADMO. Because it becomes at the regional level, at the district level, it is the preserve of party people. But what is NADMO? If we are to look at the law, NADMO is supposed to be one of the most important state institutions. It deals with emergency management. When was the last time we had a proper setup for NADMO? It's supposed to be a very specialized institution. But every 4 years, or every time there's a transition, in, out. So you say, NADMO, I'm sure NADMO has the most ex-employees of any state institution that you can get. Which is why they will attack NADMO. The sinking, again, you heard the voices. The MP says he was going to give fertilizer, but because he has lost, he will not be able to give the fertilizer. The fertilizer is for all of us, so let us go and take the fertilizer. Again, that mixture of state and politics. And that is the outcome. Which is why, as we grow in this democracy, we must learn to separate the people who do politics and the institutions that do politics from the institutions of the state. Otherwise, why would people think that going to Ghana Gas to go and find Osubempa is even a rational thing to do? He's a party functionary. But outside of that, he's also the PRO of Ghana Gas. Was that the right thing to do to have appointed him as PRO of Ghana Gas? That's another matter. But the point is, we have to be able to separate the two. So in your bid to go and settle political scores with Osubempa at Ghana Gas, look at the damage you went there to cause. You are angry with EC for declaring something. Fire. Would there be won't you have district assembly elections?
You will.
Won't you have elections again? So we should take taxpayers' money and rebuild it, and then do what? So we need I'm insisting that, look, the police have arrested 109 people. We'll be following what they do to those 109 people with rapt attention. Prosecute them. I've seen some people have gone to lie in front of some chief begging. No. The chief should hand them over to the police. That they are sorry. There is nothing to be sorry about. People have died. In fact, if we are to put the numbers together, more people have died or been injured out of the post-election carnage we have seen more than from
the election itself. That's true.
Why? The election itself went on smoothly. A few bruises here and there in some places. Everybody went their way, and even that we didn't want. So why this carnage?
Wow.
From the top to the south.
It's not boding well. I've just received a message from a very credible friend I know who says that our axle load stations have also been attacked.
Why?
Tema, Esuoyeboa, Tichiman, Akom. They are attacking the axle load stations.
What are they looking for?
For what?
You see, that's why I was saying that the political parties themselves also need to make sure these things stop, because you don't want to risk criminal elements taking advantage
Yep.
and spoiling your reputation, which is what has happened now with the NDC. They might even be able to they could even come out and say, well, not all these people are our people, but nobody's going to believe you now.
Correct.
Because as Sky explained, this emanates from your instruction. Go out there and be vigilant. After being vigilant, they are telling you that the vigilance extends to state property.
Yeah, because they feel okay. Now, could there also be this feeling,
which feeling,
based on past events, that then when there's a change of hands, also then people who have been entrusted with positions then also sort of allocate some of the properties to themselves, whether movable, and things like that. So they're trying to stop that.
It's just a certain level of not understanding how institutions work.
Yeah.
If you work in government and you took a car today,
it's recorded.
If you take that, Sky takes a car, or I take a car, and the institutions that are there to look after those things want to find out where that vehicle is. Unless that vehicle has left this jurisdiction, and even with that one, it will be difficult. Let us not behave as if institutions and rules don't work in this country, and that we need some barefaced force to maintain those things. No. And that is the education that has not gone down well as part of our democratic growth. That there are transition rules. So the people went to the Forestry Commission to take the pickup, right? What would they do with the pickup? So I'm just asking, what are you doing with the pickup?
With the state registration.
Will you drive the pickup to NDC headquarters and park it there and say, hey, we've got the Forestry Commission pickup, look after it? Is that how it works? And then when you finish, okay, you drive it back? Or our thinking is that every state institution now is run by one side of the political divide. So all the people who work there, so
must go.
Ghana Gas, everybody who works in Ghana Gas is NDC, MPP. Everybody who works in the longshore room of Ghana Ports and Harbors is MPP. Is that how we recruit in this country? It cannot be so. So we've allowed these perceptions to fester over time, because you and I know it is not true. In every state institution in this country, you will find MPP, you will find NDC, you will find CPP,
anyway.
you will find CPP. They are there. They work there.
And they are Ghanaians.
So where from this thinking that if we go here, it is only MPP people? That is why we need to separate. Look, what you cannot change is that most of these institutions will be appointed, will be led by political appointees. It is something we are fighting for our constitution, within our constitution, to change. There is a process for it. It has taken a very long time. But perhaps this will also open the eyes of the persons who held back aspects of the constitutional review, that we need to do these things quickly to insulate ourselves from situations like this next 4 years or next 8 years, because next 4 years it might be worse than this. We don't want it to get any worse than this. Kill it off. So this scenario where we've had people believing that it takes the vigilance of a political party to maintain, to protect state assets. No, the state does not need the vigilance of a political party to protect what is a Forestry Commission. It does not need you to protect what is at Port and Harbors Authority. It can protect itself. Look, if you burn documents, there are ways of finding out you have burnt documents.
No, records department, we have them.
There's no, you cannot. So they said we were going to look for some documents Sir John had kept. Had somebody told them which safe it was in at the Forestry Commission? It's preposterous thinking. There should be no allowance for it. There should be no room for it. And the political parties must educate their members. Both of them, all of them, must educate their members. This is not how a democracy works. Systems work, processes work. This situation simply creates the picture to the international community, even to ourselves as Ghanaians, that look, our institutions are just there.
Yeah.
They are useless.
Yeah.
Which is not true. Thank you, Caleb.
So, summarizing, Sky believes that the politicians themselves have contributed to this.
Yep.
Where else you be recruiting people into the forces and service while you are there, giving other people the impression that the police is, or the institutions under during a regime, they play to the tunes of this particular government. So once there is change, they do not have the independence and a free hand to actually execute their own mandate. So there is that, the role that politicians play in fostering this kind of behavior. And then Godfrey believes that the democracy we are even practicing is not as quality as we expect it to be. It's not as quality as we think it to be, because all these are signs of the weaknesses within the system. But Nathan, I'm coming to you to pick your thoughts along these lines. Or you feel free to tell me what your thoughts are on this also, right? Because read somewhere they say intelligence is prior information. In security, intelligence is having prior information of what some unruly elements want to undertake, and then being able to quell or foil that. So in my thinking, like along the line in our democracy, after every other election, we see this happen all the time. So if we've had enough security or police persons deployed, even with military as backup to polling stations and all, because we even know hotspots for electoral violence and all, after the declaration and transition period, have we not experienced enough of this to know and have intelligence or prior information to go to some of these sensitive security state installations and foil this? I mean, credit to the Ghana Armed Forces and the police. They foiled such attempted takeovers at the Ghana gas and the ports. But you think that probably it's been overwhelming, so even if they had the intelligence, they couldn't have clamped down on these?
Look, whatever it is, I don't think the security agencies should be overwhelmed or are overwhelmed or were overwhelmed. Why? You mentioned intelligence, and these things have happened in years past. So maybe they should have known and anticipated as to where exactly. Probably you can argue and say they may not have known where exactly it would have happened, but they should have been prepared. But I want to go back to a point Richard made, and I completely agree. There is still a government in charge. Government hasn't ended. The last time we checked, governance has not ended at all. So whoever it is that must make that call, so the president, the IGP, the security, the people in charge of the security architecture, they will have to make a decision. They will have to make a call. Because if, for example, if foreign elements had entered this space and this was happening, there would not be hesitance, really, to make the call. Really, that is no different from people who are here in this country and have decided to misbehave after an election. So the president must direct the police to do something. If the police is reluctant, they report to the president. The president must get them to work. Because this is, to the bare bones, if you strip this matter, it's a matter of security. It's really a matter of, nobody has the right post an election to get up and say, we are going here. On whose call? You don't have an appointment there. That's not where you work. It is not your job to go and protect Ghana ports and harbors. They have security.
They do.
It's not your job to go to Ghana gas. They have security.
They do.
In any case, even if the process we run here is the moment a party wins, they throw everybody out and put their people. There is still a process to it. Today, President-elect John Mahama and President of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, are sitting down to start the mechanics of a transition.
Yeah.
So I do not understand this over-excitement, over-eagerness, let's go here, let's go there. The president must get the security people to work because governance has not ended.
It's a continuum,
You
actually.
see, and the political parties must keep telling their people not to attempt some of these things. They must. Yes, I've seen the statements, I've heard the speeches. It is good. It's a fair step. But they must work in tandem with the police. And they must support the police to get these people arrested.
Punish them.
They have to be punished severely. Because you see, nobody has the divine right to. You cannot. Why? But you see, it's because as a nation we've looked on and looked on, because it started small. It started with toll booths. Then
toilets,
KVIPs and all of those things. Today we've got, and this thing I say about this country all the time.
Ghana gas
If the toll booths were around, they would have gone there. If the toll booths were there, they would have gone, but they are not there.
It's this thing I
Otherwise
say.
they would have gone.
In Ghana, when things happen, we look on.
Yeah, it's
and we look on.
And they fester.
And we look on.
Yeah.
You see, it's like you get a sore.
Yeah.
And you don't want to treat it. And you allow it to grow and fester. The day you need treatment, they will have to cut off your arm. Because now the situation is worse.
Out of hand.
So we cannot sit and allow these things to happen. We have successfully held an election. Why then do we want to turn around and commit suicide? The most difficult part of the democratic test in our case is the election. We've passed it.
We've done it.
So why not? Why?
Listen,
if you are listening to me and you are part of young men and women who have gone to this place, bow your head in shape, because it's needless. It's needless.
No, Nathan Ball.
Yeah.
No, it's needless. Okay, your party has won an election. Great.
Yeah.
If I'm saying, if really, the process of this country is once a party exists, they take everybody. Even if that is the process we run, the president-elect and the president of the republic today, they are starting their transition. Yeah. So what is all this?
Yeah. It's it's some way. 0549-986-996 is the number. You can join us on WhatsApp at any point with your thoughts, and we are happy to share them with the rest of the world. The voice you just heard, very familiar, Samuel Atamesa. Good to see you. Good morning, Sam.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
Not bad at all.
Yeah, man. You're looking good.
Yeah,
man.
It's my nature, man.
No, but I mean, look, the scale at which we are seeing this post-election violence is very concerning, and for me, look, sometimes, are we asking too much? I mean, we've done an election, the margins, the person who actually lost has conceded in record time. Yeah. Everyone is commending us. We've actually been through the process with with a few casualties here and there, but we are getting to see more casualties even after the thing we feared most. Is it too much to ask for a transition period that is without incidents like this?
Well, people are jostling for what they believe is their is theirs. You understand? And that's not to say they own anything, but the promise of victory was going to come with a certain level of, if like, authority to take over. And that's how certain people in certain brackets of society would process this thing. And it really does not make sense. But it's I have this deja vu feeling about 2016, when people, I first saw people attacking Tema ports. Okay? When MPP won, and some of these places, and I've been doing elections like for God knows when. I never saw that, and some MPP people condemned it, some justified it. I heard Freddie Blade justifying and explaining why it should be so, on national television. So I'm just saying that the chickens have just come home to roost. It's just it happens every now and then, and there's no justification whatsoever. I think the point that my colleagues have made strongly is that we have a country to run. True. There is a head of state who has a vested authority to manage the affairs of the country. Now, what we are seeing, the levels of irresponsibility, everything would, the buck stops with the president. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. The law enforcement agencies have the sole or the mandate to enforce the laws of the country. They have failed at that. I must say they have failed at that. With respect to all these election uprisings, post-election uprisings. Okay,
You've listed all of them. I mean, burning electoral commission offices.
Terrible.
Forestry
Commission
people.
warehouse.
I mean, these are things that, the empowered authority is with the law enforcement agency. And I think the police has to do a better job. I'm telling you.
The point was made.
The police is not doing a good job at that. But the head of state has to move to ensure that it is done.
Yeah.
I mean, people, and the NDC people, yes, the NDC people, what they are doing is bad. Yeah. But that's why we have laws.
That's right.
That's why we have laws. I mean, so what? So suddenly John Mahama should start arresting people? I don't know about that.
Yeah. He's not been sworn in.
I mean, that's not his job at this point.
Yeah. Somebody else has that power.
Look, 106 people have been arrested. Tell me whether the NDC has protested.
No, they haven't.
So what stops you from arresting people? Go and arrest them.
In fact, they have denounced the people.
Yes, so arrest them. Look, yesterday, 3-4 hours, Ghana gas, 3-4 hours.
Such a sensitive security installation.
The passport office in Tema, Tema Station.
Yeah,
they attacked that place too.
It eventually took the military. And in the head, I mean, when it got to a head, there was this businessman who happened to be around, who on his own had to get these so-called NDC guys out of the place to calm them down, because he, I don't want to mention his name.
He did things.
Yes, he had to sort people out. If you look at the video, you see him there.
Yeah.
If I have to mention Kofi Aban, Mr. Kofi Aban had to go and sort these boys out and bring them, even before the arrival of the first contingent of the military guys. I was in constant touch with the Ghana guys throughout the 3-hour period. Okay, at some point I had to make a call to the police hierarchy, who said they had dispatched a team. But see, my point is that you are managing it. Yeah. Okay, you cannot advise all the people involved.
So you need to take control.
You need to take charge. Some people who go beyond where the law allows, they have to be punished.
Yeah.
The punishment will send a strong signal to other people with the same intentions. Okay, because NDC has not told people to go and break down public institutions and all these things. Okay, in the excitement and the jubilant mood, there will be excesses we have seen. But this thing of taking it and threatening the lives of people who wake up and go to work, and please, we are hoping that what we saw yesterday is the end of it. And this is to the police. I am a military biased person.
You prefer the, member.
I am not.
That's why I'm putting the caveat there. You understand? Because these things, if you allow the military,
simple.
Oh,
it makes me worried. Sky made a point earlier about the independence of our state institutions. Whether you like it or not, they will be occupied by Ghanaians, and Ghanaians who have their affiliations and whatever. But I thought the training of such persons requires that then they are professional. So the argument is that then those who have been in opposition for the last 8 years know friends who are so and so belong to ABC party, and they know they've been recruited into the police. So once power has changed hands, then it is their time. And those who are now also in uniform know that, our guys have not won, and so their guys are going to come. And the police who have the authority now is a bit of a stretch, right? It's a bit of a stretch. But the police...
once you get into the police or the military, whichever, the regime of training you go through will let you know that you are now a policeman.
Thank you.
And so I think that's good. The police themselves have been reluctant from the collation centers themselves. Right here in Okaikwe West Central, we saw it. They were completely disabled. In fact, they went there as spectators, not as citizens.
Some ran for their lives, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you see, because you can't shoot anybody. So, they will run. But I'm saying that we still have not seen a signal of strong, if you like, authority from the police.
That sends a message.
That sends a message.
Yeah.
And The Interior Ministry have not spoken. The presidency has not spoken.
The Interior Ministry is dazed.
Oh, I mean, he should be a man. I mean, this is what
But Samuel, that raises an issue that I've been really thinking about. Whether a person with a vested interest in the outcome of the elections should be providing security.
Okay.
Or at least leading the charge.
Okay.
Here you have the Minister for Interior,
yes,
who is a contestant in the elections.
He's lost his election.
What's the name of it? Is it Ayawaso Central?
Henry Quartin.
Yeah, it's Ayawaso Central, that's right. And who ordered closure of the border, right?
Yeah.
He's lost the election. So first of all, his first, you know, we process grief differently. We don't know how he is feeling about the outcome of the elections, because I mean, he was the star doing great things in Accra, and then people got angry about what he was doing, that he was going to undermine the fortunes of the party in the region. So they moved him from there to a different ministry. Of course, he was previously in that space. Now, when you are the Minister for Interior and you are a member of Parliament contesting for re-election, and you go on to lose the elections, maybe your mood is even affected by reason of the defeat, which with many.
But there are, directors at the ministry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But you see,
the morale comes from him.
So because you should be by now knowing who he is, the work he did previously in the Greater Accra region, he should be the face of helping restore order while working with the president or taking instructions from the president. But he's lost the election. We have not seen him. The last time we saw him was when he was on stage
dancing.
Exactly, which he's entitled to do. Sure. But this is his core mandate. The police told us that they are in charge of election security. They don't want the military anywhere close to the exercise. The only time they need them is where they make a call to them and say, we need you here. Come and do ABCD for us.
Yeah.
But what is happening? Now, you see, I want to also make a point. The people who are out there copy a lot the misbehavior of the political class. What am I talking about? You members of Parliament sat down and wrote a legislation. First, the Constitution. Secondly, ROPA, although it was done by the military, you guys eventually adopted it. Exactly. And then thirdly, a CI. These documents tell us exactly how the electoral process is to go. If there are disputes, this is the procedure for resolving them. If you are not happy with the resolution, this is where you seek ultimate redress. What are we seeing? Members of Parliament, people who should know better, whose conduct should reflect the very best of us, have attacked polling stations, collation centers.
Members of Parliament?
Yes. Assaulting EC officers, putting them under duress, and insisting that they should make declarations even when they do know very well that is not the requirement of the law.
I've seen Ablekuma North, I've seen a few
places where do you do that? Even in the US, where there were disputes in 2016, we didn't see top politicians. They were holding their own press conferences, but they did not move into polling stations, started dragging people left, right, and center as to compel them to do what they believe is the will of the people. I mean, what level of irresponsibility is that? This is a country governed by laws. I saw the EC officer from, I think, was it Domi? The guy who, you could see his eyes.
He was virtually in tears.
The guy was and he was shaking like he was.
They just him, Yes. They just him by the waist and brought him to come and announce the thing.
What level of irresponsibility of the highest order is that? It cannot be. This is a democracy. If you disagree with the outcome, go to court. That is what the regulations say. But to arrogate yourself the authority and assault officers of the Electoral Commission, even when the ROPA says that is a criminal offense, punishable under the Act, and you can go to jail for that. Live TV cameras were there. We could hear their voice, the things they were saying. And I'm so disappointed. In fact, some of these guys I hold in the highest possible esteem. But these are the guys who are at the front line of what's happening. And so if you are party loyalists, seeing their members of parliament,
you are energized to
behaving like that without any, the police officers were just standing there because they feel that this is a member of parliament. He may well be the most powerful person in the next administration. So why should I incur his wrath? So he's watching him, he's misbehaving.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's where the lack of independence on the part of security also comes in, because then this person is going to be someone else in the
and in fact, ideally, those people, the MPs involved in this particular conduct, I think that the Attorney General would have to file actions against them. It is important because, look, we cannot continue to have this. And what you hear them say, they say, in Techiman South, they were beaten like that, people were beaten like that in the past, and therefore, they are doing, it is like, look, we don't even want to waste time to go to court. Let's settle it here.
Let's settle things here.
Yeah, let's settle it here. Look, if we use force to get it, let's get it. You can, and when people complain, they say go to court.
Yeah.
That is not the process.
Yeah. Now, Fred Duho is a man. He's been observing the Okankwe Central and Ablekuma North Resolve Coalition, where what Sky is referring to took place. Fred, what exactly happened? I saw you on the day prior to the EC announcing the president-elect and all that. You were there. You were talking to some MPs. There was a lot of commotion. I can see the stress in your eyes. How are you doing, though?
I am doing great, Caleb, and thanks for having me on your show this morning.
Good. So what happened?
The entire atmosphere was quite tensed, very, very tensed. The number of people who are unauthorized made their way into the coalition centers. And so it became so tensed that you have no option than to probably obey or listen to the loudest voice in the coalition room. You will see more of NDC supporters than you would see that of the NPP. That should be made clear. Now, in this coalition center, I think we should start from the fact that there are 15 or more CCTV cameras in that room. So if the police or the law enforcers want to even take any action against those who perpetrated any form of illegality and assault on EC officials, that shouldn't be difficult to do at all, unless maybe they are not willing to do so, because there are CCTV cameras behind almost every part of that particular coalition center.
So all the perpetrators
you
can
will
be
see
traced.
them, and even there is this screen that we're all seeing what was happening within and outside the Electoral Commission office. Now, the Greater Accra Regional Office of the EC is the old head office at Reach, where because the head office has moved to a new location, the Greater Accra is now occupying the old office.
Very well.
At this particular place, before you even make your way to the coalition center, you'd have to go through a series of security checks. From the main road, the police, they've barricaded the entire stretch.
Okay.
So if you show your identity, then they would allow you to proceed to the gate of the Electoral Commission now.
Okay.
That place, you will also be checked.
Okay.
When you are going in, there are police personnel you will be meeting until you climb up to the coalition center. And in the coalition room itself, there are more than 20 policemen present. The director of CID was there. The Accra Regional Commander of the Ghana Police, DCOP Kwesi Ahin, was present with his men. And so one would expect that there should be that level of security and tensions be brought under control. That did not happen because tensions were so high. Now, let's start off with the Okankwe Central situation. I actually took over from my colleague, Fifianan. Yes, and when I got there, I realized the room was so chaotic that you have no option than to, protect yourself first.
Wow.
Position yourself at a place where you can also film. The allegation against the presiding officer from the returning officer from the Okankwe Central constituency is that he had altered 31 pink sheets. So the allegation by the NDC is that those 31 pink sheets have the same signatures, the same handwriting, indicating that those cannot be from the same from different polling centers, because each polling center has a presiding officer leading the charge at each point in time. So if they should see the same handwriting on 31 pink sheets, then there is something they should be worried about. So they brought in the regional director of the Electoral Commission for him to now take over from this returning officer, to now, as it were, go through the process, collate the results, and declare same. She's a woman that I don't readily have a name of her. So when she came, she went through all the pink sheets and also came to that conclusion that the 31 pink sheets that they want her to use, she cannot use them because she realized that it has the same handwriting, or there's something fishy about those 31 pink sheets.
And this was provided by the EC from the constituency.
Exactly, by the returning officer to be relied upon to make the declaration, which the regional director declined to do so. So the decision or the suggestion by the NDC leadership was that, okay, take the 31 out of the over 200 polling centers pink sheets. You would arrive at a certain number which exceeds a threshold of 70% that they say the law permits that you can rely on and make a declaration. In case anyone has qualms or any issue with the 31, you can now proceed to seek redress in a competent court of jurisdiction. And so the 31 should be made by the NDC leadership. So the director took this suggestion and said she's going to consult, gap you create, now ready to do a declaration. But in all of this, I must say that the returning officer for the Okaigwe Central, looking at his eyes and his own confession, he was assaulted or allegedly assaulted in one way or the other, because he wasn't himself at all. From what we've seen and his demeanor and everything, either when I asked, something happened to him, honestly, and he wasn't himself. So now the crowd and the tension in that room, he has no option than to go ahead and make the declaration. So they now tabulated what the NPP got in excess of over 14,000, what the NDC got in excess over 15,000, on the basis of about 100 and something polling center results, excluding the 31 that they presumed had issues. So he proceeded to make that declaration, declaring Baba Sadiq as the MP elect for the Okaigwe Central constituency. So these were the things that happened. But the occasional issues of confusion, the arguments, raising of voices, all those things were due to the fact that the gap was created by the Electoral Commission, and then the tensions rise. The people are so eager that they want the situation where results should be declared at all costs, not waiting for the EC to make any further decision on these whole issues. So that has to do with the Okaigwe Central constituency.
So there was Ablekuma North too.
Then they moved to the Ablekuma North.
Some members of parliament present.
You will see both current and former MPs present. You will see both current executives and past executives of political party leaders present. The fact that must be established again is that the numbers you see in the coalition center, the NDC has more than 2/3, and the NPP, very few of them were present. I saw the likes of Peter McMenu, the former chairman of the NPP, he was present, and Peter Owari, Fred Owari, Frank Davis, they were all present there, basically to also observe what was happening. So there were these party stalwarts that were present.
But they look really subdued.
They were so quiet. I even approached Mr. McMahon and I asked him why he was so quiet, and was like, what should he do under the circumstances? He feels that what is happening is an illegality being perpetrated, that he feels they will take it further. The incumbent MP for Okaigwe Central also made it known that he's going to proceed to take legal action and seek redress in the competent court of jurisdiction. So the Okaigwe Central issue, this is how it really panned out.
But why did the police stay their hands? in the cause of everything that was going on.
That is the sad aspect.
Because they were afraid.
I mean,
no, they were afraid.
The director of CID was present.
Yeah, he was there as a spectator, and he was negotiating.
But given the number of checkpoints people had to go through and the kind of presence the police had there, as you recount, how were the people able to overpower them?
So that is the time during the Okankwi Central coalition. Now the police sought to correct this by enforcing their security. That was yesterday in relation to the Ablikman North coalition. Now this is what happened yesterday. When we got there, even me, I needed to stand outside. That is by the main road, wait patiently for even the policemen there to seek clearance from their top officials, like a higher rank officer, before I could get through with my accreditation. So one would expect that same check would be applied to everyone going there. Now, when I made my way there at 9:30 a.m., when you get to the coalition center, they had already arranged the place such that the media would even stay about some 20 meters away from where the coalition is going to take place. They barricaded the entire place just to make way, like the table we are on now. It is only the party agents, the EC, that were supposed to be by that table to allow for the continuation of what they had started a day prior. So in this case, the place was so orderly. The NDC, the NPP were there first. That is the parliamentary candidate, Madam Equia Ifriye. She was there with her team. Then the NDC came in around 11. They were all set, waiting for the Electoral Commission. Only for the Electoral Commission to walk in person of Apostle Watson with the returning officer for the Ablikman North constituency to come in, and then the floor was given to him to make a statement before they start the day. Then Apostle Watson, who represents the regional director, said the directive they received is that all coalition for the outstanding 9 constituencies, don't forget the EC chairperson made that known during the declaration of the presidential results, for all those 9 constituencies to be put on hold. And he made this announcement within 30 seconds. And the parties in this whole Ablikman North thing were like, how did they arrive at this conclusion? One, this is a collation exercise. So to say that if the collation is supposed to be done at polling centers, the EC chairperson has no authority over that collation exercise, because elections are won at the polling centers and the presiding officers are the men and the security personnel. They are supposed to handle issues over there. So if there was some confusion at the collation centers and parties to this agreed to move the collation to a different location, now the regional office, to do the collation, why should there be a directive to the effect that they should suspend that until further notice? This they will not agree to. So the NDC and the NPP, they were in agreement in thoughts with this particular decision that they will not agree to the directive by the Electoral Commission. So they communicated this to Apostle Watson, the representative of the regional director, to take this message back to whoever sent him, that they will not agree. They are calm, the place is secured, everything is under control, and they are willing to proceed with the collation. So this thing brought a whole lot of agitation. So the party leaders now went out to communicate this to their supporters, and that gap created also brought about a whole lot of chaos around the place. When they took this message to their supporters, hell broke loose. Okay. And so the EC later, what's the name? The MP for Ningo Pram Pram, Sam George, called Dr. Bosman Asari, the deputy director of EC, to find out on what grounds were they making those kind of those directives. And Bosman Asari, because the phone was on loudspeaker, we could hear what he said. And according to him, their men cannot work in a tensed atmosphere. They believe that the reports they've received from their regional director indicates that some men were assaulted a day before, and that they will not subject their people to any form of abuse, and so they are holding on until further notice. And then some just sought to clarify to him that there was nothing like that that happened at the coalition center. Indeed, if there should be any issue of security breaches, that should be a report coming from the CID director who was present, or the DCOP, who is the Accra Regional Commander of the police. He must be able to give those signals that this is something that they feel security-wise should come from the police outfit.
I think, you see, what Fred has narrated has replicated itself in many coalition centers. Yesterday, and I'll tell you what happened at the Ghana ports,
Ghana
Gas and other places. Not many press people managed to get there because of the risk involved. You know, if policemen are there, and as we say, they are not seeing top,
what are you going to do with your camera and recorder?
What are you going to do there? And that's where we are losing it. But politicians should understand, when Essien Nketia and the rest were telling people to mass up and go to the coalition centers in their west to go and ensure that they win, didn't they know that this is what was going to happen? On campaign platforms, even after elections, they still came, organized a press conference, and asked people to charge to the coalition centers.
Even on social media, you see their posts.
You see,
suggesting
that's
that
the height of irresponsibility, and they have to take the blame for it. While they take the blame, we say that the police, who are the authorized law enforcement agency, should act swiftly with all their might. They have arrested in their own, according to their own account, 106 people. There are some people still misbehaving, attacking individuals. Attacking somebody went to attack somebody because his name is Oforiata. Can you imagine?
Oh no.
His name is Oforiata, so he was attacked.
Totally uncalled.
Is it not Agubushi one?
Here somewhere, you know.
Yeah, that's right. They have a cold store for family business. They've been running for decades.
Oh, the BA man place.
Yes, they went there.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I mean,
can you imagine?
In some parts, they went into people's private stores where they sell
and
electrical appliances.
They took fridges.
No, but that is just criminal. Look, let's put this politics aside. Whether it's NDC, whether it's MP, that's not the issue.
The police must deal with
criminal is a criminal. They have to be dealt with like criminals.
Yeah. We will take a break and we'll come back, and I'll take what I think learnings from this 2024 elections, what we should do better to improve the quality of our democracy. Some of it is feeding in from the utterances of our politicians while they were on their campaign platforms, and these are some of the collateral damages, or how do I call it? Spillages, outcomes of that. So we'll take a quick break. When we are back, a lot of your messages are also through 0549 986 996. You can share your thoughts via that WhatsApp line, and we'll bring them to you. Taking a quick break, we're back shortly.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Papa naka merci Papa Nuneka, merci, only one politician, strong and reliable, trusted by generation. We want the citizens to buy only politicians. Papa Nunye, Papa Nunye, Accra plumbers, say so.
Be big is better. Broom is best. Happy moment starts with Broom. Buy one and get one free. It is Broom. Up to 25% discount. Buy an LED TV and get another TV for free. Buy an air conditioner and get a ceiling fan for free. Simply ask of Broom. There is more for everyone in Ghana. Free gifts and more on Broom freezers, refrigerators, and many more. Rush to your nearest Broom dealer or 0800 100 247. Broom leaves you with a smile.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling.
Wow.
Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
From the comforting hugs and reconnecting moments to the thoughtful eulogies, funerals, whether big or small, must be dignifying. And that's what Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium was set up for. From our state-of-the-art facilities for preserving remains, through our 450-seater chapel to our meticulously managed cemetery, we've got these and everything else you might need in one place. So if sending a loved one off in a dignified manner matters to you, reach out to Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium immediately you lose a loved one. Call us on 050-953-2409 or visit us at lashibifuneralhomes.com. Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium. Dignity for the deceased, comfort for the bereaved.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
FM in the studio with some of the Tubmans, Nathan Neobudaikwao, Wilfred Akotobuafo, and Richard Delaskai. This one is for the mothers, and Nathan too. He loves Cerelac. There's a new.
Is there any? That's the question. Is there any adult who doesn't like
Cerelac? Was for
Have you
babies,
seen-
guys. This conversation, man. Let's leave the thing for the babies. You know.
Please.
So your favorite Cerelac now comes in a new variant with combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals. And guess what? This new Cerelac wheat and maize comes at an affordable price of only 2 Ghana cedis per sachet. To prepare this new Cerelac wheat and milk, just add milk. In fact, Cerelac whey. Now we here in the milk. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This is an advert that's FDA approved. And if you want to have control over your electricity supply, Deep Solar Ghana has you covered. For only 58,000 Ghana cedis, you can go fully solar and enjoy independence from the grid. The number to call is 059 549-4113. Visit deepsolarghana.com to learn more. Remember, the number is 059-549-4113. Empower your home with Deep Solar Ghana, where energy independence begins. And if you want your child to explore STEM this holiday season, which I highly encourage you to, enroll them in Nyansapo Institute's online STEM program from December 17th to January 24th. It's designed for students aged 12 and above. This interactive program transforms screen time into exciting skill building fun time. Students will dive into coding, 3D design, hands-on projects, all from the comfort of their home. No prior experience is needed. Give your child a gift of STEM this holiday. Number to call is 053-711-7334. NyanSupportInstitute.com is the website to visit and register now to unlock their potentials. Snack time just got a whole lot better with Munchie Milk Shortcake. With its unique blend of milky richness and carefully selected ingredients, Munchie Milk Shortcake is crafted to delight your taste buds. If you're looking for pure satisfaction and authentic taste of original milky richness, grab a pack and thank me later. This is Ghana's favorite biscuit brand. Indulge in milky goodness today. There are loads and loads of your comments coming through, but still some important announcement for you from Nathan, and then we'll come to the announcement shortly.
Yes, the Junction Mall is turning 10, so they're asking you to join them to celebrate a decade of unforgettable moments, unbeatable shopping, and your favorite events. They have all kinds of amazing events coming up, so don't miss all the fun and surprises. Visit Junction Mall now. Junction Mall, join, explore, shop, enjoy celebrating 10 years all for you. DSTV is saying that this festive season is when you need to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed or your account is dormant, reactivate the account because they've got great sport for you, great local content, and wonderful cartoons for your young ones. Dial *759# to reconnect or stay connected and be part of the enjoyment this season. DSTV is your home of entertainment. Showmax.com is telling you to get ready to boost your viewing experience. Showmax is your best bet. They've got the latest movies, great series, kids shows, and Premier League all combined on that package. Visit showmax.com, set up your account, follow the prompts, and use their various payment methods, and you are good to go. Showmax streaming for Ghana. And the magic of Christmas is here at Melcom. From amazing discounts to exciting gift items, Melcom is your one-stop shop for everything you need this festive season. So make sure you spread the cheer and share the news, because Melcom wants to make the festive season extra special. Melcom where Santa shops, and if you want land that does not have any litigation, you need to buy land from Royal Kingdom Estate. They are cantonments opposite Soul Clinic International School. Talk to them on 0272-778880 or send them an email, info@royalkingdomestate.com. They've got properties in prime areas. They've got great payment plans. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams.
Exciting stuff. Let's go to the WhatsApp console now. Godfred, kindly help me.
Yeah, Godfred, before you do that, let me just, there's this one that's just coming in. Apparently, there is a circular that has been sent to the various local assemblies, on safety issues.
Okay.
By who?
Engineer Dr. Nana Atu Arthur.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he says, I am writing to urgently address a critical matter concerning the safety and security of our staff. Information reaching the office of the head of the local government service indicates that many metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies have been vandalized following the announcement of the just ended general election results. Given the threats and incidents of violence by unknown assailants, the safety of our staff must be our highest priority. We must act swiftly to mitigate any potential risks and ensure their well-being. In this regard, I urge you to closely monitor the situation in your respective regions, and if there is any indication that lives and properties are at risk, you should temporarily close the offices and allow all staff members to work remotely until the situation stabilizes. This precautionary measure is intended to safeguard our staff from potential harm and provide them with peace of mind during this unsettling period. We urge you to maintain close communication with your MMDAs to receive updates on any developments and advise them to keep regular contact with law enforcement agencies to provide the needed security support to protect the officers where necessary. Please treat this with the urgency that it deserves. It's a bit blurry, so it's difficult to read.
Right.
Why are you attacking your municipal or metropolitan or district assembly office? What for? What is there? People work there. They're administering the community that you live in. My municipality happened in Ablekuma West. They've been there. I mean, what is it?
And you see, what is sad is that these are you don't have one party person
working there.
Yeah, like it's not like it's only NDC, MPP people who are there or NDC people who are there. There are people who are even there who may even have voted for your party.
Anyway,
yesterday when they attacked, they what do you call it? They went to the passport office. I mean, some of the boys calling me, I know them to be like hardcore NDC people. And yet, their lives were endangered by reason of that onslaught, the attack that they were going to stage there yesterday.
This is not proper.
Let me give you some messages from Ato, who is very happy with my submission this morning. Thank you, Ato. Kofi from Bechile says, what we are losing sight of is, once you rampage an institution, we give room for the staff who want to hide things or to steal from the state to rather do so easily and turn around and blame the thugs. Good morning, guys. I am a member of the NDC and I condemn this act of taking over government institutions. But let's condemn this from the root cause. All this started with MPP members. Even today, we have videos circulating on social media by Freddie Blee defending this act when they first took power in 2012 and even in Kufuor's time. Yes, but
the blame game.
What's happening now is wrong.
2024.
It's not. If I blame Freddie Blee,
police must act.
Yeah, if I blame Freddie Blee in 2016, will that stop the people from doing what they are doing today?
As for the blaming, we can blame.
All
the
day.
Police must act.
What? Good morning, Caleb. Why is the president quiet on this matter and is taking the president-elect to tell him to act? I just don't get it unless his speeches are taxed. I don't. This I don't care attitude is what has drowned their party. We understand he's going out, but he's still in charge. And he should end it well. Pakofi from Lakeside. Good morning, City. If it were Galanse protesters, they would have deployed the whole police service. Kofi from Abokobi says, is this the same Ghana police that showed brutal force and command during the Stop Galamsey demonstration in Accra? I am surprised. Good morning. What is this calling on the president-elect thing? Is there no commander-in-chief in this country? Why is no one calling on the current president to do the right thing? Is there no IGP? Is there no law? Is the MPP still not in power? When are we going to stop these lawless acts in the name of politics? Odote, ni Odote from Machim Swedro is asking. Good morning, Caleb. It's very true that this post-election violence is criminal. People involved must be arrested and be dealt with. It's condemnable. However, I wish your friend had the same words to talk about those who were killed in Techiman 4 years ago. He's saying things are more. You see, from Tema, it is this attitude that does not allow us to go forward. This attitude that you have. So we should allow people to kill. Do you know what I said about Techiman 4 years ago?
Do you even know where I was?
Do you know where I was 4 years ago? So we shouldn't talk about this. Because this is your message there. I'm sorry. Good morning, City team. No, there's something is happening today. Everybody has this. If you didn't talk about what happened 4 years ago, don't talk about what happened today.
Really?
Do you know what I said 4 years ago?
But these are faceless people. They say that thing and run away.
I'm speaking also to the faceless ones. Good morning, Team City. Mother from Accra. I like this name, Sister Mother.
Sister Mother.
Please, some unscrupulous guys have occupied all the lorry stations, Opera, Liberty, Agbeglosi, etc., under AMA. Please let the police know these criminals have been collecting money and are not accounting to anybody. Thank you, Sister Mother from Accra. Godfred, the sad truth is that the ruling party can't apply the laws fully because they have not been doing it all along. And now that they know their fate, well, they are living with it. Okay. Joseph from Orlando, I respectfully urge my fellow youth to refrain from engaging in violent attacks on state properties and unlawful takeovers. Our youth commanders at all levels from the branch to the national level have consistently disapproved of such action. As we strive to differentiate ourselves from the elephant family, let us continue to uphold the values and peace and respect for the law as exemplified by our leader John Dramani Man. This is obviously coming from somebody who is within the NDC. Joseph Orlando. Ed in Tema says, good morning. I think these attacks are becoming entrenched. the simple solution is to appoint is that all appointments in public institutions, if possible, should be done by the institutions themselves through public advertisement and proper recruitment processes. Political appointees will always resort in such chaos during a change of government. I agree with you, Ed, in Tema. We are doomed as a nation, is what Wisdom from Kaswa is saying. We've created a system whereby those who change governments, floating voters, are those who don't work in government. Anyone working in the government sector would want to maintain his government because of the fear of losing their jobs when a new government comes in. Okay, Sam from Laboni is making an assertion here. Good morning, Sam. Thank you. We are here today because the powers that be have consistently failed to let the laws deal with crimes and infractions to our laws on several occasions. We let our parliament be invaded by a military without those who took the decision getting off the hook. So it is free for all now. People, I will blame the politicians here. They are the culprits. But I see how the police have relaxed and how brutally they arrested and prosecuted people. Because power has changed hands, fight supporters ransacked the court and nothing was done about it. We sat there watching, jailed innocent people and bystanders during demonstrations. We sat there watching. We have caused this problem to ourselves. We have recruited party faithfuls into the security services and see what's happening. We are shameless people. Kwame Bill Gates from Tesla. Oh, he's right in the hood. Good morning. It's bizarre considering what has gone on in the past 8 years of the NPP administration. Institutional structures of inheritance to top positions have been hijacked by the politicians now. How can a Minister of Education select and choose a Director General? How? They should all go. This is Nana. This AC from the UK says, I watch the videos on social media and I keep asking myself what picture Ghanaians are painting is going to bite us big time. It shouldn't be justified at all. George from Airport City says, I was shocked to see a well-educated man proudly supporting the ongoing post-election violence. He went on to name people he once assaulted. Politics has made our best brains useless. Good morning, my brothers. He's also talking about 2016. Says the bus must stop somewhere. Let's stop now. Good day. You're all against this act of violence against government institutions, but let's not assume the people involved are NDC supporters. During the campaigns and rallies, see the number of people who took t-shirts and party paraphernalia of the opponents. It could be any group of people who have come out to do this. So the institutions who are currently in charge of maintaining law and order should do the necessary. Simple. Ni from Tema says, my simple solution to these acts of indiscipline is to search out the political parties whose members commit the acts with the cost of restoring the vandalized state properties as well as prosecuting the individuals involved. Manchebi Prince from, is it Kataram or Chataram? I don't know. Okay.
That's Kataram.
Kataram, okay. From the day the Supreme Court declared elections at one at the polling station and literally not in court, paved the way to chaos at polling stations. This is one of the many reasons why there was commotion at the polling stations. That statement by the Supreme Court was both positive and negative. And we'll talk about electoral reforms at another time. Today is not the day for it, but we will discuss that later. But again, I think the main point we are all making is this. Look, the Ghana Police Service, you have a mandate. I for one, never understand why we see soldiers on our streets. Right. Because we have a lot of people in the Ghana Police Service. A lot. The police service have a lot of men and women. They have a lot of specialized units. In fact, some of the units are as good as military units. If we've seen the counter-terrorism unit undertake training with the military in the same way. We don't see them regularly because it's not a counter-terrorism situation.
Godfrey,
but
you heard that about. Those of us who grew up in the farms, do you know scarecrow?
Yeah, I know the scarecrow.
The ones we use in the farm. Yeah. We just use the military people as scarecrows. That's all. When you see them, then you shake.
Yes, that's all we want. I'm not a fan of seeing them in the
people have
people fear them.
Conducted themselves
fairly well.
I must say,
fairly well.
You know, the back ends with the Inspector General of Police.
Yes, so somebody says you put his RDF, Rapid Deployment Force, put the foreign police unit out there, put your SWAT unit out there, put your riot control people there.
Semblance of reluctance in the police to act.
They should go out there and work.
And look, it is the police and the ultimate backstops with the president.
Yeah, they should do their jobs.
But the NDC should also be worried. You understand? The other day, MPP superintended over this kind of thing in 2016, and they left all these guys, and they grew to become something called some group name that jumped into a court to go and free their own people because they had been empowered.
And all of that
they had been empowered.
Together.
So if you see people who can go to court and go and free their own people, and nobody has a problem with that, isn't it a contrary whatever reaction if we now suddenly have a problem with this?
That's
so
true.
if you end this, if you don't have a problem with this, I'm telling you the people Abuaku Kuntiba Obenya Adania Poncheni Kakraka no
because while we attend, if you go to citynewsroom.com in Wenchi, for example,
what's happening?
Unidentified youth beat police commander to pulp, and then they release 8 inmates. 8 inmates.
Yeah.
You know the details of the story.
That's why we are saying that.
Unidentified
That's why we are
youth
saying
in
the
Wenchi municipality.
IGP. The IGP hasn't retired. We don't have a new IGP. There's one who's still active. He has to do something.
Well,
he has to
receiving guests, international guests left, right, and center.
That may be part of the job, but that one doesn't earn you your salary. What earns you your salary is maintaining law and order.
It's part of the diplomacy.
No, you see, at this time, let's talk that point business. You see, your
time.
country is facing major security problems. This is not the time to be acting presidential. No. This is the time to do the job you have been given as the head of the security task force for the elections. And all of these things are related to the elections. It is start to be seeing people bend down EC offices. People are occupying, it's illegally, and then the picture we see of you is receiving, international dignitaries because of the election. I think, let's highlight the things properly, and let's do the work.
Yeah.
A lot of lessons to pick from this year's election, and then I'm sure at a better time we will do more electoral reforms and things we can learn.
As soon as all of this ends, right? We need to have a conversation.
We might not have the time because new problems.
Electoral reforms, we've had plenty.
Yeah, but
you continue. You see, we have had plenty.
Okay.
Now, you see, the execution of the election
I think that's the
itself
thing.
has been done. The issues arising, which are security issues, will go beyond the remit of the Electoral Commission. You understand? I heard people. And I see it's taking long. Taking long in doing what? They are collating results that you yourself you have put together.
That's true.
How come it was easy for parties to get their results if the results were never available in the first place? So you see, that cycle of conducting the election had been executed, for which reason the parties had their results. Why did Mahmoud Bawumia declare that concessions?
Because he had.
Of course. So I'm just saying that we had our elections done. Now the aftermath is what we are dealing with. We are not expecting Gina Dukwe Mensah to go and arrest people.
How does that happen? It's not her work.
So if people will now go and burn Electoral Commission offices, and then we visit it on the Electoral Commission that you have been reckless, what are we talking about? That they are paid to arrest people?
No, not at all.
The police, if you can't do it, you have the option of inviting the military to support, and the police is always reluctant to call the military. So this is where we are. You see, it's getting on gradually, and I'm just saying that I'm hoping that we are not going to see any of such things today, because yesterday's problem with the Ghana ports, ports and Ghana gas, you see, it's
the
past
port was
and
crazy,
gone.
and the Ghana gas was
crazy because people were calling us and shouting. They were shouting and shouting, and people, a lot of people from Heritage Caravan were calling us, shouting. People, they are coming on, they are entering. The same thing with Ghana gas. You understand? So if
I got a lot of text messages.
The guy who was leading the Ghana gas
venture
thing, somebody mentioned his name. I'm not mentioning it yet, but I'm told that he's quite a decent gentleman. That's what I'm told. And so he managed to get the crowd stationed outside for most of the time, But I'm just saying that these things can easily get out of hand. They can easily get out of hand.
Well, While we are at it, I mean, some updates for you is that today,
Yes.
the transition teams will be meeting.
Who are they?
President Akufo-Addo has named the government's transition team. I'll tell you who they are. President-elect John Mahama has also done same for the incumbent government side. Honorable Akosua Fremont Oseo Pare is the chief of staff. She is the team's co-chairperson. The second person representing the second person is the Attorney General, Godfrey Abuadami. Then you have Honorable Oseiche Mensah Bonsu, Minister responsible for Presidential Affairs. Honorable Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, Minister responsible for Finance. Henry Korte, Honorable Minister responsible for the Interior. Honorable Dominic Nitiwu, Minister responsible for Defense. Honorable Shelley Ayokobotre, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. Honorable Martin Ajay Mensah Kosa, Local Government. You have Albert Kandapa, Honorable, representing the National Security. And then the additional team, you have Dr. Evans Agridaku, Head of Civil Service. Dr. Nana Ato Atha, Head of Local Government Service, and Ambassador Mercy Deborah Kakari, Secretary to the Cabinet. And you have Mr. Edward Asumeni, he's the National Security Coordinator. Now, on the NDC side, or the incoming government side, John Dramani Mahama has named, he's dropped his names. His team, co-chairperson, will be Honorable Julius Deborah, and the rest are Honorable Johnson Asiedu Nketia, Honorable Fifi Fiavikwete, Dr. Callistus Mahama, who is a member or secretary, Dr. Valerie Sawyer, Professor Kwamina Hoy, Honorable Dr. Kesel Atuforsen, Honorable Mahama Yariga, Honorable Guzitano, Dr. Edward Omane Buama. And additionally, the President-elect has nominated Right Honorable Edward Duajaho as a member of the Transitional Advisory Council. So these are the names. The transition process of meeting will be held today, and the processes will go on. So that's how it's going to look like, Sky. So usually what happens? What's going to happen to 7th and swearing in?
Well, the provisions of the Act make express provisions for how meetings are conducted in terms of when and how they are conducted, who chairs them, and then what should happen thereafter. So, for instance, the Act makes it clear that within 48 hours, what do you call it, engagement has got to happen. So, for instance, if you go to the provisions of the Act, it says that meetings of the team, for the purposes of this Act, which is under Section 3, the team shall first meet not later than 48 hours after the declaration of the result of the presidential election in accordance with Article 63 of the Constitution. Now, the co-chairperson shall convene any other meeting of the team. Now, the co-chairperson shall preside at the meetings of the team, and in the absence of the co-chairpersons, the two persons to whom functions are delegated under subsection 2 of this section shall preside. Now, 4 says decisions of the team shall be arrived at by consensus, but where the members fail to agree on an issue, the co-chairperson shall refer the issue to the advisory council for expeditious determination. Now, the members of the team, unless otherwise provided by this section, shall determine the procedure for the meetings of the team. Now, finally, 6 says the quorum required to transact business at the meeting of the team shall be 9 members of the team present. So, this particular meeting is to satisfy the requirements of
the Transitional Act.
Exactly, because first of all, they now have to inaugurate it. So the president is meeting the president-elect today at the presidency. Of course, they will introduce the various members of the team and all the things. They will discuss matters relating to the transition.
Right.
And then the team will go into his meeting and hopefully start taking decisions as to what should happen surrounding how the inaugural ceremony will be done. Of course, if you look into the Act, there's also a provision that at least 2 days before the inauguration of the president, Parliament should be able to meet. The newly elected Parliament should be able to meet to do the needful, ensure that the Speaker is elected, and MPs to do the proper thing before they take office eventually on the 7th.
Right.
Some very experienced names.
Yeah, we'll get into
and
that.
yes, and I just want to say something quickly. I mean, we have the affirmative action law now in force.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that
You've not
from
seen a
both
lot
sides we are not seeing a lot of women.
So
That is
Sky,
completely unacceptable.
What I want to do that will be acceptable to you maybe is to take a quick break.
Okay.
Then when we come back, we'll look into the caliber of names we are seeing. CBS, wait for us. We'll be back.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hello, boss. I just drove out of your premises. I've called you several times. Boss, I beg.
I gave you an opportunity to present your proposal with your financial statements. You didn't. If we approve and request for an invoice, that will take you another month, eh? You couldn't even provide receipts from the last job. My brother, we have given the contract to someone else who promptly furnished us with what we needed. Get serious.
Yehoah.
Don't be caught in this mess ever again. Restart with Build. Build provides businesses with a comprehensive accounting software with features that make your bookkeeping, accounting, tax, and payroll functions seamless. Our support team is always available to assist and respond to all your inquiries. Log on to www.build.africa and sign up. Call 030-80-4007 or 0303-974-832 for more information. Build. Bookkeeping made simple. Results made extraordinary.
What happens when ancient days meets modernity? What happens when a goddess wakes up in an era of digital chaos? Witness the epic battle between the past and the present. Catch the intrigue and suspense in Amwanime's era, a brand new epic telenovela showing Mondays to Fridays on Aquaba Magic, DSTV channel 150 and GoTV channel 102. Available on DSTV Access and GoTV Plus. Dial *759# to stay connected.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling.
Wow.
Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them. Count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Just buy any Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO electronics and appliances and stand a chance to win free TVs, air conditioners, washing machines, refrigerators, gas cookers, chest freezers, home theaters, small kitchen appliances, and many more. How to enter? Dial *920*888#. Select option 1 to enter raffle. Select region of purchase. Enter item serial number and you're good to go. Increase your chances by buying more to enter multiple times. Follow us for weekly and monthly winner announcements. Terms and conditions apply. This is approved and regulated by the National Lotteries Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Manzabanad brew. Eat with friend of Biakoye. Moti. Or Boko 80 Adjubro. Come on. No, but situation will be brutal. Situation will be a banger. Situation will be amazing. If you don't know the situation I'm talking about, then you're in a critical situation. But situation is the official all-white party. You understand?
Andrew King and this hit from the beat, of course. Check. If your love is a prison, then why don't you lock me for life? I want to remain in yourself forever, ever, ever, ever. If your love is a prison, then why don't you lock me for life? I want to remain in yourself forever, ever, ever, ever. Oh baby, come and give me this. Oh baby, come and give me kiss. Oh baby, come and give me over my dead bad to leave you for some bad. The future looks bright.
Yes. It's a massive situation. All-white party happening at the underbridge, East Legon. Catch it. We'll be there. Okay. Nathan, have you heard this one yet?
Yeah, I've heard it.
What's the come and give me
no, and one echo.
After
a long
year,
the election, that's all.
So how I will bring Alaji, you know? When Kacha is doing that, he say, come and give me kiss, you know?
I'm going.
Oh, you be a situation. Alaji coming with you? Because that's my Nita, I know. Everywhere I see Nita, I see Madame, you know, man. Come on.
But please, if you haven't booked your table yet, 0205 973 973. I'm begging you that they don't call me. The boys who are planning to call me and say, "Oh, Charlie, I beg you, go give me table." I'm not carpenter. I'm not a carpenter. I don't make tables and chairs. Call 0205 973 973. Book your table.
Yes.
Get your people.
Yes.
8 to a table. Sort
Yes.
it out, and then you are fine.
Yeah, man.
You don't want any issues.
And this is
that
the
day.
vibe.
Brother, many a day, fuck. My Juma Juana Divide. Me a Kumasi Bama. Me Jimmy, I no complain. And Grand Suama. Me say, baby, I'm gonna go have a TV while me na me bano. Sikasu so gumano.
So you have Keche, Bisa Kede, Adani Best, a Chin Chin Band, MOG. My goodness, MOG. Oh my G.
Brody, Messi, I have boy, dear, what's it? I'm winning, yeah, no one's higher, Vagina. Baby's on some higher, Vagina. So what's the papa to put to manto? You pimpi, now every guarda so to go to la tememo, yeah, papio. I'm one who doesn't see me, oh, no, my bremenia. A man of Monshre, man for me, Mama Minjimeni.
And the Situation All White Christmas Party is proudly sponsored by Carlsberg beer, Kiss drinks, Ceres, Bell Eyes, Verve Duvernay, Bushmills Irish whiskey, and Blue Jeans energy drink. DJ Mingle, not your regular DJ, will be on the 10th, 3s and 2s and 4s and 5. 3s and 2s. All the 2s, he will be there. At top of the hour, thank you for being a part of the show. My name is Caleb Kuda. Show produced by Fred Tete Jabanos, Sheba Araba Benning, Godfred Abeko Dum, the richest man, was here. Thank you for being a part of the show. Now, though, it's time for the City News at 10. How are you?
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, Ghana Journalists Association calls on President Akufo-Addo to address vandalism